Check 1, check 2. There we go. Let's go. Roll it. Yes, sir. My dog. My dog. Yeah, man. Casey, what time is it?
Game time.
Casey, what time is it?
It's game time.
Let's go, baby. Welcome to Hood Stocks on a Sunday evening. I see the Goonies tapping in right there. Love and respect. You know how we do this shit, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Yes, sir. Respect everybody in the chat. Life and Logic, appreciate you, brother. Good to see you there in the chat. Eddie Rodriguez, where's K9? K9 is in the oil right now. I think he's getting ready to go home though, man. He'll be here soon, man. I think he's growing his hair back out too. Breaking news, breaking news. He's growing his hair back out. Lucky Letterman, y'all. Love and respect, Lucky. Thank you, Frankie. Love you too, man. DJ Herb's in the mix. DJ too?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. Let's turn it back up. Chop City on the beat. Hey, Rated Lap, still waiting for my green Hoodstock sweater, my G. Hit me on the text, bro. I don't have a green Hoodstock sweater, but you know I gotta take care of my G's from Eastside Clover, man. So I will just custom make you one, bro. Just don't play with it, man. Jewish Phil, yes sir. I'm here, bro. To fucking, I don't care how old you are, man. If you need to get circumcised, please stop by at 937 Circumcised Lane, and I will be there with some motherfucking Gardner shears. You know what I mean?
Mexican style.
Mexican style, baby. Yes. Still waiting on my Siete hat. Bam. Okay. Did you not get that, brother? Talk to me like that. East up. Yes, sir. Okay. I want to start this off with my condolences to the family of Charlie Kirk. Mr. Charlie Kirk, rest easy, sir. I think you are a light in a dark world. Other people will say otherwise, but everybody, you know, everybody can have their opinion, you know. As long as we keep it respectfully, then I can respect it, right? If you don't, then it's just like you a piece of shit, bro. You know what I mean? Only dude ever to go out and debate face to face. Colleges, everybody and their mama. He was taking all debates like fades. Gotta give it to him, man. He created a lot of conversations. He opened up, he planted seeds within me to, you know, raise up and get my study on, bro. You know? Educate myself so I can understand this conversation. Anyways, rest easy, Mr. Charlie Kirk. All right, today, guys, we have a very, very special guest. I think we have a unique story. I don't think we've ever had a story like this before on Hoodstock's podcast. About to hit our 7th year, right, Casey? Something like that? Yeah, we're about to hit the 7th year, man. We got a big celebration, man, a big Diddy party. I want everybody to give it up for this man out of Orange County, Santa Ana. Everybody, yeah, everybody raise up off your futons and give it up for Herbert G.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, doggy.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. So, and shout out to my prima, Lisa. She's right here, and she actually hooked this up. And so we've been like, I'm just glad we finally connected the dots, bro. And it be like that sometimes.
Most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
You're excited?
Yes, sir.
Can you do a little raise up? There you go.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
I've done one.
You've done one?
Yeah.
What was the name of the podcast?
entrepreneurs,
Okay.
young entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was it?
I mean, it was good. I mean, it dived into a lot of different topics, especially like the background, the mindset, of perseverance.
Absolutely. That's a great conversation.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe we can touch on that as well. This podcast episode. And so you're out on parole right now. You're out from doing life.
Correct.
Yeah, and you look fairly young.
Most definitely, I am.
Yeah, you look fairly young. And so where you were sentenced to 15 to life, and you're off from doing how much of that time?
So I did 10
years
out of the 15 to life. Yeah.
And they call you the youngest lifer out.
So I'm one of the youngest. Yeah. So I got found suitable at 32. I think the youngest was found suitable at 30, close to 31.
Got you. Okay, I understand that. I understand the context in regards to calling someone the youngest lifer.
Yeah.
So it's the youngest lifer left out at the age.
Yeah, but I am the youngest in Orange County though, not
in
throughout
Orange County,
California. Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you hold that title.
I mean, I somewhat hold it with a lot of pride, because I'm blazing the trail for those that come out behind me, that have a life sentence, because if I succeed, it's giving them an opportunity for them to also succeed. That there's an example of what it is to get out young and not fall into that high recidivism rate,
No, I get that. So you feel that you are inspiring other individuals.
As well, that I've been inspired too, by others that have gotten out, We'll dive into that journey, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, no, we're going to dive in that journey. Hold on, let me see, guys. I have one of my family members here, so I want to make sure I set her up real quick. Casey, can you find the? She can give it to her. She knows how to find it. Yeah, she knows how to find it. Put your headphones on, love. Put your earbuds on, and there you go. Set yourself up. Sorry about that. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Love you guys. Hit that like. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe as well. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. Let them know we here. Little old mom and pop podcast. Hoodstocks. My trusty friend over there, Casey. If you haven't met Casey yet, put the camera on Casey real quick. It's Casey, guys. Yeah. He's got his, looks like he's got a pair of underwear.
Do you want to be my neighbor?
What'd you think of his hat, bro?
It's cool.
It's cool? You just saying that? You don't know?
It's artistic.
It's autistic or autistic?
Artistic.
Okay, I thought you said autistic. I was like, I agree. I'm on the autistic spectrum, bro. I just rarely started realizing that in my late 40s. I said, you know what? And no joke, bro. Because I like to talk shit. I mean, I was raised in an era where we called each other retarded. I mean, and it's not because you're trying to Yeah.
Maybe it was like meth-induced autism. They got to really study you for that.
Meth-induced autism? Honestly, bro, before the drugs, I had problems. I'm 100% on the autistic spectrum. You know what I mean? But a lot of autistic kids are, and I'm saying this about me, but they're kind of like genius kids,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Special. Yeah.
Special. Yeah. For 100%. What are we talking about, Herb? What you got me talking about, dog? How long you been out for?
So I've been out for going on 18 months. I'm out 17 months.
Well, congratulations on that,
Thank
man.
you.
And what I like about this story with you is you're not a gang member.
No.
You never aspired to be a gang member?
I looked up to it, but it was just like I seen how you draw lines, and it's like I just wanted some freedom to go anywhere I wanted,
So today we have basically, when we had our phone call, you basically described yourself as the party guy.
Yes.
In Orange County, you were the dude, the party dude,
party guy,
the party guy,
Yeah.
not a party guy. You were the party
Yes.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you were the party guy, did you ever think that one day I might be serving a life sentence?
No, hell no, never.
Always tripping, right? And so the party guys didn't like the gang members, right?
I mean, I liked them.
You liked them?
Yeah.
Why
I
did you like them, bro?
I mean, they're homies, At the end of the day, it's like, you want to smoke, let's smoke. You want to drink, let's drink,
So that was, you had that mindset even before you served the life sentence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you smoke, you drink, because you haven't done that since, right?
No.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So you're the party guy in the neighborhood. Tell us a little bit about your family being raised
So
up.
I was raised like in a single mother household, I have one sister. She's 20 years older than me. And when I was growing up, my mom used to rent out rooms. You know, that was the way that she would manage to pay the bills. Low income, you know. My sister, she got married when I was 11. And after that, it was just chaotic in the household.
How old was she when she got married?
She was about, I'm going to say 25.
25.
No, actually, yeah, like 29. She was 29.
And she got married and bring some dude in the household.
Yeah.
And how did that change the dynamics?
It changed a lot because he just came in and pressing everything, you know, wanted control, wanted to tell me what to do, you know, wanted to be served and things like that. And I'm like, fuck no, like,
Like,
who the fuck are you? Yeah.
Was this dude's name Lucky, bro? What? Let me know. Let me find out.
Nah,
It's
but
like a bow in a china shop, huh?
something like that, yeah. Like he was just very violent, you know. His way of like getting something across was like, if you're not listening the first time I say it, the second time it comes with a fist, you know.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what was wrong with him? Was he under the influence or something?
I mean, he would drink a lot. I mean, a lot of the fucked up habits that I picked up, I literally picked up from him, you know. But that comes afterwards. Like, once you do like the work, you realize like, fuck, like I distinguished myself from this individual, but a lot of like the fucked up shit that, as far as like how I would drink, fuck around, even womanize and things like that, like it all stemmed from like him. A lot of it, you know. But I didn't realize that when I was younger. You know, I was just going through the motions and constantly just arguing either with him, with my sister, and like I was saying in KC, like there's times where I would fight for my sister to defend my sister.
Yeah.
And then a couple hours, a day later, 2 days later, they're like smooching on the couch and I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, so that was the dynamic growing up. So
Was he abusive to your sister?
and for myself too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So my mom, I mean, she put up with it in the sense of like not wanting to let my sister go and be alone with this dude, you know, because she was afraid that like he might kill her, you know, or fuck her up like super bad, you know, which eventually it did happen when I was like 16. But I mean, we're now here, you know.
So during this time, you're kind of like, the household is disruptive. So you're kind of out doing your thing. This is when you start messing up, right?
Oh yeah.
Question: is she still with that dude?
No.
Okay, good for her, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she got a new dude.
Sometimes she gets to do it, but I just feel like
She likes the bad ones, huh?
I'll let her tell it.
I think you already said it. Hey, man, sometimes, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So this is when you start kind of like, you outside. You start doing your party thing.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that's going on in the household.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about it, bro. That's what we're here to talk about.
So the main issue is like, bro was broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a wick baby, so there's always like a need for things, the need for like to get shit paid, you know? And the thing about like my ex-brother-in-law is that whatever money we had for rent, he'll take off and just go drink. You know, he was known around the block for that guy that would spot everybody drinks off of our expense, you know what I'm saying?
He said it's on the house.
Basically.
My house.
Yeah, yes, and literally, right?
Yeah, right.
But it was just like, for me, that was like pretty like fucked up because it put me in a predicament where my sister and my mom were looking at me as like, fuck, like, well, what are you gonna do? Right? And it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm 13, you know? So eventually I once I was 14, I kind of started exploring a little bit, you know, using, drinking and got wind of like, there's parties.
What were you experimenting with using?
So my first drug was meth, you know?
Damn, you went straight to the
Yeah.
you went straight to the booty, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I got addicted to it, you know, but I kept it low, you know what I'm saying? But
some fools will give a little hickey on the neck. You were just eating ass at the first.
Damn.
He went straight to eating ass, bro.
yeah, I mean,
No gateway.
No game.
I didn't
No
need it.
kissing the lips first, dude. Just straight to
VIP. For real.
Oh man. Go ahead, brother. Sorry about that.
I got hooked on that, you know, but I was taught to keep it low, you know, just because of the bias and the judgment that comes with it. And I programmed myself, you know, I would stop using at this time, you know, come home, drink some milk, go to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, eat, make sure I eat, you know, to come down. I didn't like smoking too much weed because it would smell, you know, my eyes would get red. So my mom would pay a lot of attention to me, you know, where she'll be like, well, are you drunk? Are you high? And constant questioning, you know, but I get it, you know, I was, but I would hide it, you know?
Yeah.
But eventually, when I was 14, I went to a house party the first time and I fell in love with that shit, you know? Like, it was out of the norm. It was a place where, like, everybody was drinking. You know, you look at that, like, you glorify that, right? It's like the highlights, right? Where, oh, everybody's all turned up. It's good. Girls are looking at you, you know what I'm saying? You're not like so much of a stranger. It's like they're friendly. Compared to the household, that's always like tension, you know, chaotic, dysfunctional. Like, I prefer to be there, you know? So eventually I gravitated to that, you know, every weekend trying to go. I'll create just problems with my brother-in-law and blame him so I could leave, you know? And eventually I got into it where I was like, okay, well, you can make money off of throwing parties. Like, how much you making, right? And I seen certain people like break into warehouses and throw warehouse parties and charge like 10, 15 bucks at the door, you know? So I'll be like, how much you making on that? And they're like 5, 6 G's. I was like, fuck, I'm in, you know? So I started breaking into warehouses, gathering up like parties. But before I even got there, I threw house parties and they were like, I mean, now when I look back at it, they were kind of whack, you know, 30, 40 people deep. But eventually that was like the beginning of it, you know, where I started getting 100 people, 200 people. After that, I didn't stop. I was relentless with it, you know. I became the guy for the parties, you know, where I had 4 info lines, like those that know the info lines, like you would call. And it's like, leave a message, you know what I'm saying? I'll just record a message for directions. If the cops came, another party. If the cops came after that and it was still like before 2, another party, you know?
Yeah.
And eventually, when all the parties were done, we'll just do parking lot pimping.
Yeah.
You know, they call them factories. So we used to post up like under the bridge, which is like Broadway and Santa Clara, like in Santa Ana, Edinger, you know, Edinger and like Harbor, not like the main street, but the small street. Yeah, different places, you know, that I would always post up. And I was just like that guy, you know, every weekend. Sometimes we'll do Sundays, you know, if it was a 3-day weekend. But I never would have thought it would have led to this, you know?
Yeah. And it eventually led to that.
Mm-hmm.
How did it eventually lead to where you ended
So,
up?
yeah, I mean, so I spoke about it where it's like, you're the party guy, it comes with expectations, you know? It's like, you're this guy, so if you're chilling, you know, because I would charge at the door all the time. So people would want to kind of like hang out. People would want to give me something to smoke, something to drink. Yeah. And it's like, oh, well, I'll be there, you know? So just to make sure that I kept like that rapport, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to tap in the back, take some shots, drink, do some nas. But the whole crew was like working. Every function, the whole crew would work. You know, they sold nas, everything. You know what I'm saying? Anything and everything that you needed for a party, like somebody had it.
What year was this?
So this was like 2004, 5, 6, 7. The beginning of like 2008, like mid 2008, I kind of stepped back. I stepped back a lot because my mom was already, I mean, my mom passed away when I was 18, you know? So that was like a huge catalyst for like the strong addictions, you know?
How did she pass away? If you don't mind me asking.
She had terminal cancer, colon cancer.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Yeah, my sister died from that too.
Yeah.
My little one.
Yeah, it's difficult, you know?
She left my young nieces behind, man, and
sorry to hear that.
yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that too with your mom, man. But I can just imagine being kids losing your mom, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, I was young. I didn't know how to cope with it, you know? So the way that I knew how to cope with the problems at home was with drinking, fucking around, slanging, you know, throwing parties, you know, and I mean, I womanized for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, that was like my form of like getting that like momentary love, you know?
And that was after mom's passed.
Yeah.
This is how you said you were coping with it, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was so like detrimental to like my future, you know?
So you're just basically just kind of like trying to numb the pain in
Exactly.
a sense? Yeah. And how close were you with your mom?
I was very close with my mom. You know, she was like my number one supporter, you know? And like I said, I mean, when I was like from 1 to like 10, like she was loving, you know, nourishing and like understanding, like there's a lot of communication, you know? She taught me a lot of things that nowadays, like they come in handy.
Like example.
For example, just like being mindful to think twice,
Yeah.
take my time and do things right. Even though it's kind of like common sense, you don't really click in until you're a little bit more mature,
Yeah. And sometimes people can say, well, just because you're low income, you're struggling, I mean, parents can still give their kids some game.
Oh yeah,
Like
tools.
what not to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because they learned the hard way, and they potentially were learning at the time where they're telling you,
Yeah.
hey, don't make this mistake, And so, just to kind of rewind the track a little bit, so you have an older sister. Do you have any other siblings?
No, I don't.
Okay. So it kind of makes sense. So you're the baby then, your mom's
Yeah,
baby. Okay.
yeah.
So you guys were super close. And,
Yeah.
And when this dude was in there, man, what's mom's doing? I mean, before you said that she was renting out rooms of the house or like that to make ends meet. And what else was she doing? Did she work or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, she would babysit like all the kids on the block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's making yourself hella useful in a neighborhood, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs that babysitter, man.
Yeah.
So she was obviously a trustworthy woman.
Of course.
That, that the people on the block would leave their kids with her.
Yeah.
Because even people on the block, they're like, shit, I don't trust that bitch. I ain't leaving my kids. Like, they more like on it, you know what I mean? In a sense. Well, that's cool, man. She was doing that for her.
Yeah, it was like building community without really like realizing it, at least for me, like, cause a lot of the kids were like my age, so now it's like we have like, even though like they're like distance relationships, like we grew up,
Yeah. And so, how were you in school? Did you graduate school and everything in high school?
So no, I didn't. No.
Okay.
So junior high was kind of like fucked up because, so my name's Herbert, so I would get bullied, like, oh, Herbert the pervert. And for me, that was already like, fuck, I'm overwhelmed and I'm angry and things are happening, but there was no sense of like peace at that time. You know?
And you're going through puberty at the time, so you're a little horny too. You know what
I mean, I'm trying.
And everybody's calling you a pervert, and you're like,
I'm trying to get some, and it's being counterproductive.
Yeah, they're like, I am a pervert. So yeah, bro, I feel it.
Yeah, it was fucked up, and going back home to the chaos, and then at school, like dealing with like a lot of shit. So. Definitely that's why, I mean, the main reason when I look back at it that I picked up like the pipe,
Did you ever ask your mom why she named you Herbert?
So yeah, because my dad's name's Herbert.
Shit, man. I wish parents got to be mindful, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name this kid that. Let's think about what rhymes with it. You know what I mean? Like they know, like your mom knows. She from like the 70s, 80s.
No, so my mom was born in 51.
Oh, she older then.
Yeah, my mom had me when she was 40.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a trip, right? Because I was explaining this last time where I showed up for an interview.
Yeah.
And they were like, Herbert, and not recent, but years ago, and I showed up and they were like, Herbert, and I was like, oh, it's me, and they're like, you're Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert the pervert.
No, they expected. They expected a white dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they were like, oh, okay. They even mentioned it where they were like, oh, we didn't think it was you. We just seen you sit down, and I was like, yeah, I came here for the interview. I didn't get hired, but I already knew.
Well, they thought it was a white dude.
Yeah,
like you said. If you can change your name to one name, would you ever think about it? Like, I'd rather be a.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I've come to like embrace like my name, and I think it ties into like a lot of like the identity that I've hold, the battles that I've like encountered.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm proud of like where I'm at today, and if it wouldn't have been for those like challenges because of my name, I don't
little
think
things, right?
Yeah, I don't think I would have had like the self-worth and like
builds character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the high self-esteem that I have for myself,
100%. I agree with that. Yeah. Thank you for being so transparent and just vulnerable and sharing those little things. I think those little things are important in one's story, how just making fun of one's name can really just affect a young kid and push them, in a potentially wrong direction,
Yeah, the resentment, I
mean, kids are fucking
cruel.
I was a cruel kid, but I took a lot of fucking heat too, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it goes both ways.
That's
the thing about it, Once you engage, it's like it's on.
Yeah. And then you fucking Yeah, 100%. So mom's passes, and you kind of like a little bit of lost in the sauce, trying to numb yourself. I mean, where are you at in your life?
At that time?
At that time, are you still living with your sister and dude?
So dude got rolled out, right?
Yeah.
So when I was like 16, since I was making money with the party scene, we ended up getting a house, my mom and I, right? And my rule was like, I don't want no part of her. You know, she can go and live a life with him. Like, I'm tired of it. You know, like I feel like, I mean, at that time, like money was coming in. So it's like, I'm able to provide for like groceries, you know, for rent. Like, why don't we just take care of ourselves and let her choose that? Cause that's what she's choosing for, you know? So eventually we got a house. It was like a little duplex. Like it was nothing major, but it was like a duplex where my mom and I could be comfortable, you know?
And this is all off of party money.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
So you were really that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. For a while, like a good 3-4 years, you know? And then, my sister one day, she shows up on our front door, like, it was probably like 3 a.m. and they're knocking hard, you know? We thought it was the cops. Like, oh, what the fuck? And it's my sister, you know, she's all beat up, bruised up, fucking neck all fucking scratched and bruises. So for me, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, I'm 16, about to turn 17. So I'm like, I'm gonna gather up all the homies and take care of business, you know?
Yeah.
But my mom was like, nah, just chill, just wait. Like, let's get her side of the story, you know?
Yeah.
So then, yeah.
What'd you do?
Nah. My mom was like, I mean,
Dude, how does he look?
right? It happened.
You gotta get those black eyes. You had to do something bad.
That reminds me of that movie, Enough.
Some moms
Yeah.
are like that.
Yeah,
But what'd
so-
you do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but my mom, like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, she was very understanding, you know,
Yeah,
like, hey,
for
like,
sure.
explain and, like, we'll get to a reasoning, you know?
Yeah.
And I use that today a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, she gave me a lot of tools that were, like, implied. Then now I, like, fully understand. Like, okay, like, this is the best way to analyze and respond, you know, instead of being reactive. But because that immediate, like, my brother-in-law being always in the house, reactive, you know, argumentative, like, chaotic, like, I picked that up, you know, as a habit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, after that, my mom was just kind of like, okay, well, you could stay with us. And I even said no. I was like, fuck no, she's not staying with us. Like, I don't want her to stay with us, you know? But she ended up staying. And then, like, 3 months later, like 2 months later, the dude shows up, you know? And I had to put my foot down. I was like, this is our house and you're not going to do this shit again. Like, you need to either leave or we're going to do something, you know?
Yeah.
And when I said we, it was like me and my mom and my sister, because it was like, it's either you fucking leave or this is it, you know? Yeah. And I gave him an ultimatum and he left, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I called up the homies too. I was like, hey, he's here. Like, pull up.
Yeah.
You know, so I gave him that window where it's like, if they get here, it's your fault. You know, you got the chance right now to get the fuck out. And he never came back, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
You didn't want to get packed out by 100 dudes with glow sticks and blonde bangs and Nas tanks.
I mean, Nas tanks hurt, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, they do.
Oh, sticks. Fuck, dude. That's fuck, dog. That's hilarious.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean,
It's crazy how far Nas goes back. And now, do you trip on it? How out in the open now the gangsters are walking around with balloons and stuff.
I mean, I see it, but it's kind of like it just reminds you of like I was also too lost like that, you know.
But
Or the disposable
I've
versions
just
of it.
never seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it like in the hood back in the day. Like in the early in like '91 is when I first tried Nas. You know what I mean? And I fell on my face, and it was just it was a trip, bro. You know what I mean? I just had a ball bouncing back in my head. Doom, doom.
You're playing Pong in your head?
And
Yeah.
they said I did a face plant, bro. And then I woke up and everyone was laughing. And I was like,
Yeah.
you motherfuckers, you. You know what I mean?
You motherfuckers, yeah.
Yeah, they're all laughing, bro. They're helping me up, bro. They're getting me up. And they're getting up and I'm like coming at them. They're all laughing. Ah, you good, fool? Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Take another hit. You know, these motherfuckers are savages. We kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I was the highlight of the night. You know what I mean? falling on my face. They said my eyes one eye went this way, the other eye went the other way.
And then
I
rolled
just-
out.
Maybe it was Nas-induced autism.
Oh man.
That was funny.
But it's crazy that Nas has been around forever in the party scene.
Yeah.
But to see it now with the little gangsters now.
Or even to see it on the shelf, like a little canister you could buy that's plastic.
Well, you know what's crazy is I went to I'm not gonna say which smoke shop, but I went to a smoke shop on the west side. I'll say it like that. I mean, and I was in the area, and I went in there to get one of these fucking addicting things. You know what I mean? Freaking nicotine vape. And there was a ton of people in there. And they were asking for this and they're asking for that, and they had all these boxes on top. And I forget the exact name they used, but I said, "Hey, bro, what's a so and so?" That's the name that everybody was using it. And he goes, "Oh." He goes, "It's the Nas tanks." And I said, "Oh, you got that right here?" And he goes, "Yeah, fool." Killing it right here. Yeah, they were at the smoke shop, bro. They were just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's legal. I'm not sure if that's legal or not, bro. But you know, that's why I don't want to say the smoke shop. But yeah, they were all just asking for this, like,
ID.
Some type of, I forget what they're calling it, you know what I mean? But it wasn't Nas they were asking for,
okay.
You know what I mean? And he was selling them like...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like the canisters, like the dusters.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever tried that, but...
Yeah, the computer cleaner?
Yeah, that should fuck you up.
No, they got these the whole other different type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things that come in a box, and dude, they're killing the game on that. But I was like, damn, this is what's in, and it's so accessible to get. It's so easy to get.
It's always been accessible. Yeah,
It's
I mean now it's like more portable. But
Galaxy gas was what it was called.
Yeah, they were calling it something else. It had nothing to do with gas, nothing to do with oxygen, nothing to do with tank.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Nothing to do with Nas. It was like a something. And yeah, I asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, and that's what all those are up there." I'm like, "Damn, fool, I say you slang him like that?" He's like, "Yeah," and he was cool with me because he was like, "Oh, you're the dude from the podcast, huh? Hoodstocks." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up, fool?"
He's like, free for you.
So he was cool with talking to me. You know what I mean? He was cool with talking to me. And chopping up and put me up on a little game because I'm not up on that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Did he offer you one?
But it's so crazy because now you see all the kids and it's a cool thing to have a balloon, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got these dudes that could potentially put you in the dirt. You got to deal with a balloon and a gun. You know what I mean? Like, damn, how you in heaven? Who got you? Oh, some dude with a balloon. You know what I mean? Like, damn, I don't want to have to share that story. A little motherfucker with a balloon and a gun. Times have changed, brother.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow, let's just look at this real quick. Galaxy Gas strawberry flavor whipped cream dispenser cartridge tank. That's what it is technically.
Flavored Nas.
Flavored whipped cream dispenser.
Oh, Whippets.
Yeah, no, but this is it. This is what the kids are all hitting.
They were asking, this one girl was asking for a Whippet. What's a Whippet?
Like that, the little small ones.
Okay, yes. So that's what I asked. Thank you. Did you say Whippet right now?
Like this.
Yeah.
These little things.
So they were saying, she was saying, "Hey, can I get a Whippet? Bop, 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 this and that." So I asked him, I said, "Hey, bro, what's a Whippet?" He goes, "Oh, it's Nas."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay." I just don't know how was it getting high up now? How do you remember what Nas would do to you?
So it was just basically that feeling of like you're just in the zone.
In the zone? Yeah. So why did I fall on my face?
I mean, if you inhale too much, you'll pass
I took
out.
a massive hit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was out the tank. It wasn't out a balloon, bro.
Oh,
it was out a tank that had wheels on it.
Yeah.
Fuck, dog. That's why you get a high dose. Oh, fuck.
This shit was a 4-foot tank, bro. I remember it. And the dude had it on wheels, or he had it on a fucking
dolly.
A dolly.
Yeah, because it was so big. Yeah.
He had it on a dolly.
pounder.
And they're like, "Hit this shit, fool." And I said, and then they said, "Hold it in. Hold it in."
That's what fucked you up, yeah.
Dude, restart. Game over.
That's the story of my life, bro. Inhaling and crashing the fuck out, bro. Damn. So I took too much then. So if you take it moderately, then you're just gonna catch a cool little.
Yeah, it's like a buzz mixed with like a
little
like
dizziness.
like when you kind of get faded too, like a mix.
Yeah, a little lightheadedness.
Let me give you a hypothetical, bro. You got a kid. He's a teenager, right?
I actually do. I got a 16-year-old.
Okay. Well, I just want to use it. I want to make it a hypothetical, but I know you can relate it as your kid. But if he was gonna do a drug, bro, and you couldn't stop it, it was out of your hands. You got the Nas, crack cocaine, and methamphetamine. Which one are you going to be all right with him doing?
I mean, it's difficult, but I think he can shake off Nas.
Okay, yeah, because Nas is the least of the So it's not as obviously shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know, bro. But everybody's doing Nas, bro.
It's because it's a quick high. You know what I'm saying? Like you chase it, you're not like you smoke weed, it's for an hour. You know what I'm saying? You drink, depending how much you drink, it's for hours.
Okay.
You know, you do meth, it's for hours. You know, you do black, it's for hours. You know.
So it's not that bad of a drug.
I mean, it's still bad, but I'm just saying as far as like when you look at like the timing, people have a preference for it.
Okay.
You know.
So is it something that people? Because I know I do the meth, bro. Like I want to commit a, you know what I mean? Back then, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get into something. Something potentially commit a crime. So if you do Nas, it's not really putting you in that mindset. Like, oh shit, I'm gonna go rob a liquor store.
Not really.
Okay.
No. It's more of a, like I'm just kicking it. Depends though, because I mean, some people tend to mix it. You know, when they refill.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people will throw some things in there like ecstasies and stuff like that.
Oh, you can mix it?
Yeah, when it fills up. Yeah, that's why they came out with the flavored ones. But back then, you used to fill up, like, throw some Kool-Aid in there and you have a flavored Nas, basically. So it doesn't taste like so much sulfur.
Whoa.
Damn.
Yeah, just back in the days.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Yeah, this story, you got a story, bro, and we're a little...
No, I'm
I know we're having fun, but...
No, I was just righteously interested in why everybody is so on Nas. I see them everywhere. Everyone, all the gangsters, man. They all you see the young homies with the videos, the rap videos. There's a bunch of dudes with balloons in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I went to Thailand, they have bars that you could get drinks and you could also get balloons.
Yeah.
And it's like legal.
I went to a karaoke like that, like a karaoke spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, is that balloons? Like, what the fuck?
Wait, say it again?
I went to a karaoke spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just supposed to be karaoke, you know? But on the bar, like, they were giving out balloons, and I was like, oh, whose birthday is it? I'm like, fuck, no, that ain't no birthday. And I was like, they're giving out Nas like that? Like, it's crazy. Yeah. But, yeah, it was kind of late, though, too. It was like 1 a.m, so.
I want to do like one of those like prank videos and show up to like a young party and have a big old fucking tank, but with helium in it.
Helium?
And charge these dudes like, I don't know, 5
3, 4, 5?
Yeah, something, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're coming back, gang banging on me, sounding like Donald Duck.
Yo, that's hilarious.
And just record that shit, bro. And then get out before the guns come out, you know what I mean?
Fuck. Go to a college party for that.
Yeah. Yes. So, 18 years old, mom passes. Okay. So you still have the house, the duplex?
No, so I let that go. I mean, I was in the final like 5 months of like my mom's life, like I was her nurse like 24/7, so I wasn't able to go nowhere.
How was it taking care of your mom during the cancer? Hospice?
I mean, yeah, hospice, but it was super stressful at that age because you don't expect that, you know what I'm saying? You're young and you're like, you know what, like in my mindset, I'm comparing myself to all my friends, you know, and it's
what
like,
they're doing.
Yeah, and it's like their parents take care of them, you know, and it's like I'm 17, 18, and I'm taking care of my parent. You know, I've been taking care of my mom since I was like 12, so it was already like a habit. But when it was like terminal, it was just like very chaotic because the woman that I knew, it wasn't her no more. You know what I'm saying? Like she knew she was gonna die, and it came with a lot of like fucked up moments, you know. And those are moments that stay and they stick with you, you know. They stay with you because it's like, I want to make her smile. I'm trying to satisfy her, please her in any way. And it's just like, I think after she found out she was like destined to die, like I don't think my mom smiled at all, you know.
What were some of the things she'd tell you on her? Because you were actually there in real time, you by yourself, watching your mother basically wither away.
Yeah.
I apologize about the wording, but you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I mean, she deteriorated completely. I mean, she used to be,
that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, she used to be like heavy set.
Yeah.
Within a couple of months, like she was like skin and bones.
Yeah. Is that crazy, brother, or what? That's what my sister was, bro. She was just like a freaking skeleton, dude. Mm-hmm. I was in prison, but you know, before I got busted, she was already losing like mad weight, and I've seen pictures too before she passed. It's just like, man, unrecognizable, man. Yeah. You know, it's a horrible. They say Russia and China are talking about they have something for cancer, man. I hope something, and it's gonna happen soon. Brother.
Yeah,
it's
gonna happen. With the technology and the advancements, like in just health itself, like I hope in the next like 10 years,
100%. A lot of things are going to change in the next 10 years.
They also say ivermectin and fezbenzol something are great cancer treatments too, but it's cheap, so American corporations don't make money off of it. But
Yeah, big pharma, bro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's such
it's a lot of control in that. That's why it's like it's difficult to step into it because it's like
it's a whole racket, bro.
Yeah.
I want to share this with you, with the healthcare system, brother. The healthcare system is trash. It's 100% trash. Our healthcare system, it is absolutely disgusting on the way our healthcare system works. If you can't afford it, then you're gonna die.
Yeah.
If you can't afford it, we can't give you our services.
Yeah.
Like, bro, where is the moral? Like,
You remember that movie John Q?
yeah, remind me of.
So it was Denzel where he holds up like the surgeon in the hospital and the whole hospital with a gun so he could do the surgery on his son.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
a great movie,
Yeah.
brother. That's a great movie. And so I have a little bit of something I want to share. One of my daughters is getting the dentist the other day, right? Get I think fillings or something like that, you know. Excuse me. I got union insurance. But anyway, she was like, usually, bro, with my union insurance, like there's not too much of a copay. And then my dentist, I'm just like, hey, waive the copay. You know what I mean? Just grab it out the insurance.
Or
You know what I
else.
mean? Like work it. You feel me? No, but my dentist is an Eagle Rock smile, beautiful Filipina, Gloria, love you, girl. I've been dealing with her since you know what I mean, like I was on the streets. You know, on a, you know what I mean? I'll be like, hey, let me pay you in payments. You know what I mean? So now I'm in like, I got the big dog union insurance. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, just waive that shit. You know what I mean? You know, they're like, yeah, your insurance covers it anyways. It's all good, you know? But so I got the girls going to like this bougie dental place, right? And she says it's gonna be $200 co-payment for the fillings. I said, $200? I said, man, that's expensive. What are we paying for $200? Well, you know, we're gonna. Is your daughter deal with like anxiety or this and that sometimes? Because you know, we can give her the funny gas. It's the funny gas that costs X amount of money, you know. And I was like, well, how much is the funny gas? And she's like, it's $100, you know. And then I said, well, what is the option without the funny gas? And they go, well, we just numb the gums with the shot, you know.
Novocaine.
Well, yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I was like, you know what? I'm not working right now, and that's kind of like, it's expensive for me right now to do a $200 co-payment, you know. And she's like, okay, well, how about this? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna have to cancel the appointment. I'm just gonna have to change her dental offices. I told him that, right? And she goes, well, how about this? We'll just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about that. We'll take care of the funny gas. We'll knock off $120, and you just pay $100 and it came out to $240. Matter of fact, you just pay the $120 for this, that. You know what I mean? And I was like, all right, cool, that works. You know. And then so she hangs up, man, we're good. And she calls me back and she's like, hey, so I know you told me you weren't working, so we called the insurance right away to see, you know, if your insurance is good. And they said your insurance is good. So are you sure the insurance is good? Like, she's like, bro, what the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Fuck, wow. That's crazy. She said, this motherfucker trying to fuck on me.
Yeah, because I said, just to let you know, I'm a union worker. You know what I mean? Because she was like, can you call your job up and make sure that your insurance is still good? But you're not working there no more, right? I said, check it out. I'm a union worker, and right now you're about to piss me the fuck off. You know what I mean? I told her in nicer words, but more or less like that, you know? I said, you just called my insurance. And the insurance said it's good, so why you calling me back?
Yeah.
But anyways, that's just a testament to just how greedy. I get it. You got to get your money.
Yeah.
You know, the business got to stay afloat. But, you know, as soon as she knew the insurance was good, but as soon as I said, hey, I'm not working now, she's like, oh, shit. You know what I mean?
Red flags.
Yeah, red flags. And I guess I get it, but sometimes, you know, I don't know. Anyways, the healthcare system's fucked, bro.
Yeah.
We need to fix that.
I mean, I could agree with that. I mean, I've seen the care, you know what I'm saying? Like the different hospitals, you know, and I mean, where my mom was at, it was like low income, you know? So it was like, they got so many cases, it's like, why even bother? You know, here's some medication. Like, we'll see you next month. You know, so
What countries have the medical insurance? Our medical care is just like on the house. Is there any countries, Casey, you know?
Canada,
Canada
is one closest to us.
Europe?
Oh yeah, like Sweden.
Places in Europe?
Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark. All the Scandinavian countries, I believe it's free too.
Damn. We're such a greedy, glutton fucking country, bro.
Hey, it's all about paying the
And
shareholders,
the richest,
man.
The richest company, bro. The richest company. Like, don't get it wrong. We in the greatest country. But damn, man. Being in the greatest country, you think we'd have certain things better than other countries, right? Like
Healthcare.
Healthcare. You know what I mean? Doesn't make no sense to me. So you first-handedly seen that, the healthcare system with your mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're watching your mom deteriorate. Man, that's sorry you had to go through that at such a young age, man.
Yeah.
But it probably turns you into somewhat of a, you know what I mean, a better man, a bigger man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
right?
yeah, down the road, most definitely. I mean, at that point in time, it's like it's difficult to accept. You know, even when she got like diagnosed with like terminal cancer, that's why I said like going to another doctor and they were like, your insurance doesn't qualify. You know, that was like one of the slaps on the face where it was like, oh, this hospital's better, or this clinic is better, but because the insurance doesn't qualify. It's not gonna happen, you know. So going to like another like lower end kind of like doctor, oh yeah, she's, you know, according to like what we got from the files, blah blah blah, like it's terminal, you know, and just being in disbelief, like nah, you know, and I was raised Catholic, you know, so being raised Catholic, it's like you pray to God and He listens, you know, He, you know, makes it happen. So I mean, at that time, like after my mom passed away, I don't really talk about this, but I feel like it's important to pinpoint like the decision makings and like the mindset that led me to not only killing somebody, but also to like going to prison and
Pivotal points.
yeah, exactly. I had a strained relationship with God, you know, because it was like I prayed so much to you to like leave my mom and you still took her.
Yeah.
You know, you left me in an empty spot where it was like I didn't know where to go, and there was so much feud happening with my sister where it was like, who do I trust? You know what I'm saying? Like when am I gonna like have that space again where I feel safe? You know? And like I said, you know, after like my mom, she was like diagnosed, like it was difficult for me to like even jumpstart a conversation with her, you know? There was times where I'll come home, well, I'll get money, right? And I'll be like, hey mom, like here's some money, you know? And she'll be like, for what? Like, I'm gonna die. You use it. You know, and it was like, fuck, like don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
I went, yeah.
She still had hope.
No, like
You didn't? Okay.
I had hope, but I'm saying she was just like I don't need anything. Like, I'm dying. Just like leave me alone. Like, it was like a very difficult time, and I didn't know how to process my emotions at that time. You know, like all I knew was like there was times when she'll fall asleep, and I'll just like drink a 40. You know, sometimes two, like I have like homies show up, we'll smoke a blunt, drink a 40, and like I'll cry. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on the porch just like crying. I'll be in the backyard, you know, and just like I felt helpless, you know, like so hopeless about the situation. And eventually like that got me like in a fucked up place, you know, mentally.
Before we get into that right there, what was the support system outside of you and your mom?
So at that time, like my aunt, she was like, she's like my mom's sister, you know, they grew up together like since they were like 3 and 4.
Okay.
You know, my mom passed away when she was 58, you know, so at that time, like my aunt was like 56, you know?
Yeah.
So she was like one of the main supports, like as far as like taking care of my mom when I had to do things. Cause my aunt wanted me to have a life too, you know, she was like, you can't be the 24/7 nurse, like day in and day out. You know, my sister at that time, like she was working and kind of stepping in and stepping out, but it wasn't consistent. You know, there was a lot of like feud between me and her where it was like, and also too, I take accountability for the pride where it was like, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, don't step in. Like, why are you stepping in now?
Yeah.
You know?
Every time you step in, you fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I was resentful like that. Yeah, I was very hurtful towards her at that time too. You know?
Yeah. As you should, or anyone else in your position would feel like that as well.
Yeah, I didn't know how to manage my emotions. So it was like, it's like you said, that mindset, right? It's like you, and I don't look at me, right? Like what I'm doing, you know? So
100%. Yeah, it's unfortunate we do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so let's get into the, you know what I mean, you know, how you just mentally started just kind of going off the rail a little bit. I think that's where we were at a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I stepped into like what they call like mild depression. Yeah, there was no such thing that was like lighting up my days, you know, and like I mentioned before, like chasing women was like that temporary love, right? Like those like affection, right? Like that space of like being heard, understood, like communication, sometimes catered for, you know, but it was like for the wrong reasons, right? It was like very transactional, like it wasn't genuine where, hey, I want to be with you. It was like, whatever. Make me feel good. Yeah, exactly. You know, so I stayed at that, you know, kept drinking. Since I had stepped out of the party scene, like I try to tap back in, but it's as soon as you give up that baton, like somebody else picks it up.
Yeah.
You know, and whoever you leave behind, sometimes they get a little greedy, you know, where they're like, nah, like I'll let you know, you know, and it's like, what, like, fuck it, then I'll figure it out, you know. But eventually, I got into the whole club scene too, you know. But the club scene, I was more like learning the ropes, you know, the whole like production, like setting up, contacting like DJs, you know, performers, like artists, flyers, production, like as far as like passing out flyers in different areas, certain locations, in-house promotion. Like I got deep into that, but it was like I didn't want to be in the spotlight, you know. I didn't want to be in it where I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be in the cut. If you need me as a DJ, I can DJ as a backup. But I'd rather make the money because I need the money, because at that time I was like very broke, you know. Yeah, like I wasn't focused. I was just like drinking, and whatever money came around, like I'm coming up on it, you know.
Yeah. And so I feel like we're getting closer to the point of the accident.
Yeah.
Okay. What time do we got right now? Let's do this. Let's run some ads, Casey.
Okay.
And then I think this is a good point to take a break, and then we're going to get into what gave him a life sentence in prison. We'll be right back, everybody. Thank you for tapping in. Please hit that like, and please stick around. Shout out to the 400 plus people right here. Appreciate you guys. I know it's a crazy Sunday, man. But yeah, Casey, go take it away.
Let's go. What up, everybody? What up? What up? Shockaware. It's more than streetwear. It's a culture and lifestyle rooted in individuality and self-expression through clothes, all right? Shop now at shockaware.com and use code HoodStocks15. Use code HoodStocks15, shockaware.com, all right, guys? I'm going to read the script, and I'm going to go off the script, all right? Shockaware.com. Use code HoodStocks15. Come on, man. Let me see you there right now. Type. Go on, type. Shockaware.com. Add to cart. Add to cart. Hoodstocks15. Boom. Check out. That's you right now. All right. Let's get it. All right. You looking for some good quality cannabis? I mean, killer quality cannabis. Hit the folks at Killakushcali. They specialize in bringing you everything from OG to exotic. Let me tell you, they got it all, baby. Hit the folks at Killa. Hit them up at killakushcali@gmail.com. Sorry, I got distracted for a moment. Or on Instagram at killakush.losangeles. Or you can hit up Drip Fits Apparel in the city of Whittier for the latest Killakush merch drops, right? It's located at 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier, California, all right? That is Killakush, baby. Killakush. Killakush. Hit up Killakush, baby. All right, Royal Honey Packs. Here it is right here. You saw me smack one the other day because I needed a little snack. All right, Royal Honey Packs for when you need to go from I'm tired to I'm him. Okay, it's that easy. Slide through to Royal Honey Deal and thank us later. Use code LUCKY for 25% off. We're telling you, dude, you're getting discounts. You get this whole box, 25% off. Come on, what are you guys doing? Do it again. Go on your computer or on your phone. Tap tap tap. RoyalHoneyDeal.com. Add to cart. Oh, I'm using code LUCKY for 25% off, right? And you could be him, just like us. Boom. We're calling all bakers and chefs, all right? Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery and Restaurant Equipment, all right? Ovens, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Visit them in South Almonte or call them at 626-579-3580, all right? Level up your culinary game now, okay? Okay. Hey, you caught up and you need backup? Well, guess what? Call Doug Sherrod. Who? The King Kong lawyer of criminal defense, all right? He's beating cases and going ape shit in the courtroom, so you don't have to, all right? Tap in to KingKongLawyer.com and lawyer up like a beast, man. We told you. Hey, Venice Kush right here. Look at it. We got Venice Kush, all right? Venice Kush, your go-to cannabis shop on the Venice Beach Boardwalk, all right? Find them at 1827 Oceanfront Walk Boulevard, all right? Right next to the Marathon Burger, okay? Get your products and go get a burger, all right? Call them at 424-238 5476. That's Venice Kush, all right? You can also follow them at Venice Kush Shop on Instagram for the latest merch, for the latest drops. And you remember, if you mention Hood Stocks, go on and get that gangster package, all right? Mention Hood Stocks. It's that simple. It's that simple, guys. Remember, mention Hood Stocks, Venice Kush, all right? It's the year of giving, dude. It's a December to remember sales event. Come on, let's get going. All right, it's officially a buyer's market. Home prices are softer, and that means opportunity, okay? If you're a homeowner, now's the time to consolidate debt before your property value drops. If you're looking to buy, get pre-approved so you can strike fast when this deal hits, all right? Andrew Quezada and his team at Prime Equity Mortgage. Does Prime Equity Mortgage work with 50 plus banks and have helped thousands of families in the last 15 years throughout the Southland, all right? So call 626-825-6565, or you can follow him on Instagram and TikTok at ANDREWQUEZADA.homeloans, all right? Hey, shout out to Lux Tattoo. Hit him up for that fresh ink, all right? That's at Lux, LUXX_tattoos_ on Instagram, all right? Cali Peptides, your trusted source for premium peptides. Unlock your potential with high-quality peptides that you could count on, all right? Visit CaliPeptideSource.com. That's CaliPeptideSource.com and experience purity, potency, and performance that you could trust, all right? Call our boy Ozempic Vince at 714-269-1900. You could also text them. That's 714-269-1900. All right.
He gets a lot of the homies get the TRT from him as well.
Oh,
so.
you could also, and they have TRT. But hey, you got to text them for that. You got to call them for that. And that number is 714-269-1900. All right. It won't be on the website, but if you need that, you could text them for that. All right. Check this out. Art Driven Oscar Portrait Special. All right. This is what's going on. This September and October, Oscar's showing love with exclusive portrait offers, all right? Offerings. It's $600 for any family or horror portrait, or $900 for any full day sessions, all right? Text him at 626-722-2898 or DM him at artdriven_Oscar to book. So there's free consultations available, all right? Sit down and bring your design to life, man. That's Art Driven Oscar. It's that simple. All right? And hey, get all your Hood Stocks merch at www.50racks.com.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, and big shout out to Canelo, man. That shit was he had a
I believe it was a high price baby.
I thought Canelo for sure, man, was gonna win that fight, and it was Terrence Crawford, man. You got to tip your hat to him. You know, he went in there and he did his thing, and shout out to Canelo for having so much class and just being such a stand-up dude to just be like, hey man, the guy was good, I couldn't figure him out, you know. And what's his name, I think Bud Crawford kind of reminded me of a little bit of Mayweather a little bit, the way he was fighting. Like he was kind of like Canelo was going forward the whole time, you know what I mean? But Crawford would get in and get out, man, it was a tough fight. I really was rooting for Canelo to win, man.
Yeah, me too.
Man. Anyways, thank you everybody in the chat right there. Love you guys. Hit the like. The like gets us in the algorithm. So we're at this point now where you're kind of like, were you ever able to like get it together from the point of your mom passing to the point of you catching that case?
I mean, I wouldn't say like fully get it together, but I like kind of like directed like my energy to coming up, just like making money.
Yeah.
Kept me distracted, but it never addressed the issue.
Yeah.
It just kept me in the same rut.
Who did you have when your mom passed? Did you have any emotional support?
I mean, well,
family?
When it first happens, like you got homies,
Yeah.
They come through, but it's like, it becomes like an awkward conversation to just ask like, hey, how you doing? Right? Especially when I was like so defensive at that time, where it's like, don't ask me. Like, I just wasn't receptive to it, because at that point in time, like anybody's compassion or sense of like empathy, I took it as like pity.
And remind me, where has your pops been at?
So he's never been in the picture.
Never been in the picture.
No,
did you
never.
say that or not?
No, I did not.
You didn't. Yeah,
No.
usually I ask that question. So, okay.
Yeah.
He was never in the picture.
No.
Never met him?
Never met him.
Never seen a Polaroid picture of him?
No, I said he was handsome like me.
Yeah.
Herbert Senior, huh?
Herbert Senior. Yeah, Herbert.
Oh, you found him?
No. No, bro, I'm not that good. Actually, bring him in.
He got his mugshot. So, where do we go from here, brother?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of like street work, right? Like I'm slanging or whatever, trying to figure life out. And I meet this girl and she gets pregnant, you know. But this is like with my third child, so I'm kind of like jumping loops, you know.
With your third child, third baby
Yes,
mama?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like thinking like, okay, well this is a family, you know, let's do something together. So we end up setting up a baby shower.
Let me hold on real quick. This is your third child at what age?
I was 23.
23. So you were just on the party scene, just raw dogging it.
Not exactly, but
Well, I mean, technically, he would be at like 23 by now.
Wait, what do you mean he'd be at 20?
Well, just because he was, you know, hitting the parties hard. I mean, he would have been impregnating every night.
Yeah, depending on how potent.
Did you see that race? The race with the sperm? You didn't see it?
Oh, it's in San Francisco, wasn't it?
So,
Or some
yeah,
shit?
they were betting on it. That's crazy. Yeah.
I was looking last night at that Fernandez Vargas Jr., right? Fought the Irish dude.
Yeah.
And when the Irish dude was sitting down last night, if you guys probably seen it too, he had a tattoo on his inner thigh, and it was a picture of a fish, but the skeleton of the fish.
Oh, I didn't see it.
And I was looking, I was like, why would you put a fucking skeleton right there? I was just looking, I was like, ah. So it's just it's a dried up baba.
Oh, yeah.
So
Wow.
I would say that would be the representation of that, right? You got in your inner thigh, you have a tattoo of a fish skeleton.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pretty creative, no? Anyways,
That is.
yeah. Where we at?
So it's
he
baby
was,
shower day.
So he plans a baby shower.
Okay, so you're in your third baby mama.
Yeah.
You got a bad rap in the neighborhood during this time, right?
Somewhat.
Like, yeah, none of the
I mean,
girls-
women. I mean, they
just
came
dog.
around, but it was just I was becoming a little selective, you know.
Okay, you're a little selective now.
Oh, now definitely.
No, during that
then?
time of the
Yeah,
story.
but I mean, I still, you know, I wanted a few around, not one.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you're the party guy, right? That
Yeah.
comes with the territory,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
100%.
And he was also suffering, and womanizing was his outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it just goes in hand in
I
hand.
take full accountability.
Yeah, like you were really, really using that suffering card to your advantage.
He
right?
really
Yeah,
pumping that suffering out,
That's
huh?
that's that mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I justify everything I do because of this. You know?
Yeah, as soon as the tear would roll down your cheek, the panties would drop.
Yeah, sometimes too.
You had the auto sometimes too. Damn, bro. The Lucky Phil show. I like you.
The lucky Phil.
Lucky looking for One Eye Willie. Fucking come on, Chicken Wang. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you. And you know, we're manipulative at times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, we're gonna use certain things for our advantage, and yeah, you were hurting. So
Yeah.
it was, you know,
Yeah. I'm selfish.
it was selfish, but at the same times, yeah, hey, anyways. So this third chick that you get pregnant, you're like, I need to reel this in. I need to get this one right. That's your mindset.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can't be spreading babies all around.
I mean, was this your third baby shower or was it the first baby shower?
So it was my second baby shower.
Second baby shower. Okay. Because the first one you didn't have a baby shower with.
So I did, but I didn't show up until the end, so it really didn't count.
Sounds about right, Herbert. Fucking asshole. So you know, yeah, I was just wondering if there was any baby showers for the first two. You know what I mean? Because then there'd be a significant time to like, hey, he's throwing a baby shower. This is real. Herbert is real.
Yeah.
He's got a baby shower going on, and guess what? I'm invited. You know, so you got a baby shower.
Yeah.
You know, and tell me, you know, what were you doing with the baby shower? Obviously, we know what a baby shower is for, but you know, break it down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, setting up tables, you know, the bouncer, all the.
You got all
the
kinds of
good
people
things.
invited there.
Yeah.
And you're happy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's a moment of like celebration, you know, which is like where I automatically gravitated to like drinking, you know. It's a baby shower and we're drinking.
Yeah.
Like it's
Getting messed up.
Yeah, and it's most baby showers that I've been to now, like nobody really drinks, you know.
It's frowned upon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
you
course.
get canceled or something.
Yeah,
Oh my
it
God,
could.
he's drinking a beer at a baby shower.
Something like that, right?
Fucking ass,
But
yeah.
yeah, at that time it was just like fuck it, like I'm gonna drink, and
It's your baby shower.
yeah, and I got other people drinking with me, so it's like it seems okay,
Okay.
you know. But the thing is, like after that night, like once I left, like it was not okay.
Okay, so you left, and what was the living situation with you and the baby mama?
Oh, we were living separately.
You were living separately.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's real, but it's not real.
I mean,
it's
it's
kids, it's child stuff, and not child, but it's
I mean,
younger
it's-
person
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, but it's not getting to that like serious level yet. You know, there's like.
Well, she's pregnant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying as far as like we're still feeling each other out. you
Yeah,
know?
wondering if you're gonna maybe. I mean, we're having the baby shower, so you're gonna keep the baby.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But you're trying to, and people would not necessarily understand this. That this is how it happens in the hood. Like this dude is, it's hard for people. Some people to wrap their head around. This dude saying, "Well, yeah, she's pregnant, but we're still trying to figure out if we're gonna, you know, what I mean, we're really gonna do this. Are we gonna be able to work this out? Right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I get that. I get that.
It's like good stuff, you know. Other people frown upon it, but
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Some people are like, what do you mean? She's pregnant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's having
they-
your baby.
yeah,
What do you
they
mean
ex-
you're
they expect that.
you're trying to figure shit out? It's
Yeah.
already figured out.
yeah.
You should have thought about that before, right?
Yeah, no, sorry. I thought you were.
No, go ahead. No, I was-
No. Okay, somebody in the chat asked, and I have to ask this before we get into this, but
Okay.
are any of those kids named Herbert?
Yes.
Bro, what the fuck are you gonna do that for, bro? You're like, they're gonna suffer too. They're gonna
Building
suffer.
character, you know?
Yeah, and then you should start calling him. and then it's fucked up when the dad is the first one that starts calling him the Herbert the pervert. You know what I mean?
Herbert, what?
You're like, it's payback to my own kids. Shout out to this dude right here. This Hector Salazar said, "Hey, this fool's sponsored by a VO5 shampoo."
Ah, hell. Man.
He's like, "Nah, full Pantene, homie."
Exactly.
Is that the shampoo you like?
No.
What shampoo do you like?
I like the Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders? Sicko.
Man, shout out to Classic Hank for that question, dude. He told me to ask.
Oh, what was it about?
Classic Hank about
yeah.
if you named any of your kids, and I was like, oh, I didn't think about that, but
Yeah.
I'll ask before we move into where I can ask.
Well, it's just repeating the cycle, bro. You know what I mean? You know, we gotta break the cycle. Even if it's just naming.
Was that something you chose, or like maybe your baby
Yeah, well, I
mama
mean,
chose?
yeah, we kind of chose it, bro. I was like, well, what you want, you know? Well, I want my name. No, okay, let's roll with that. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay, so you get the baby shower, you're drinking, you're living separately, you're leaving the baby shower, and you got fucked up at the baby shower.
Yeah.
Let's get serious now, guys. I think it's a serious part of the story. It always, right? But so you get explain it. You leaving? What time you leaving?
Yeah,
you get in your car.
it's
Break
like
it down.
it's about like 8:00.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, well, I got things to do, so I'll be back so I can clean up. But I'm gonna go pick up some stuff, you know. And my baby mom's like, she knew that I was like kind of like fucked up, and she was like, oh, well, don't leave, you know. And I was like, well, I'm leaving. Like, I'll be back. So her sisters, they tagged along, you know. Her sisters and her cousin tagged along, and we left, you know. But I used to like speeding, you know. I used to like driving very fast. So I'm speeding all over the streets.
What kind of car you driving?
So at that time it was a Lexus.
A Lexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm speeding. I'm going down First Street, down McFadden. Eventually I go down Bristol. So Bristol's like one of the long streets in Santa Ana. And at that time they didn't have so much construction. It was just like pretty broad streets. So I was just like swerving back and forth, you know, switching lanes. I'm running red lights, you know. I used to run a lot of red lights, especially like off of Dyer. Like Dyer and Barranca, like on the other side of town, like on Grand. Like it's a long street, so nobody really like crosses it, you know. It's only always going one direction. So that's like where I would like really speed up a lot, you know, back in the days. But at this point I'm going down Edinger and Bristol, you know, and I cross Warner, and then when I pass Warner, I run the red light on Central, and I T-boned an 18-year-old, you know, He ended up passing away because
Explain when you're running. You see, were you running a red light and you T-poned them?
yes.
Okay. And when do you realize? Did it just happen in a snap of a finger's impact, or did you have time to slam on the brakes?
So I was going fast, like I was very reckless about it, you know. And when I seen the red light, like I thought I could just take it, but I seen incoming cars, so I tried to swerve, switch lanes, and when I hit the brake, I T-boned the car that was crossing the opposite way, and he was in the back seat, so he died instantly. But I didn't know that. When everything happened, I didn't know that because I lost consciousness. You know, I passed out, the airbags, like, you know, deployed it, and everybody in the car is out. You know, the whole car spun and then it parked, like, basically it just hit the curb and it stayed there. You know?
Okay. And so, what happens next? I mean, you passed out. I mean, you in the hospital, or you woken up by flashlights? I mean.
Yeah, so I mean, I wake up and it's like that smell, you know what I'm saying, of like burnt oil, you know, fumes. I get up and I'm panicked, like, the fuck just happened? You know, so I see my sister-in-law's like, well, at that time, and I wake him up, you know, like, hey, get up, get him out of the car. As soon as I start like stepping out, I'm thinking about running, you know, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this shit. I got the baby shower. You know, but at this point, I don't know that somebody died, you know, so I'm trying to run out, but because it was like right in front of a hospital, there was already like the whole neighborhood was out, nurses, cops, you know, people. There's a Denny's that was like right in front, so all the people from Denny's came out. Like it was a big commotion, you know, and so I stayed, and cops showed up, you know. Basically sat me down, and they asked like, who's driving, you know, and I said me, and like I was driving, you know. So I don't know that somebody's dead at this point, you know. And they start asking me all these questions, whether if I was drinking, if I wasn't, where was I at, the whole 411, and I'm trying to like answer as fast as possible because I'm trying to like, all right, well, let's get this insurance claim, and I got a baby shower to go back to, you know. And I even asked like, oh, is other people okay? And they were like, don't worry about it. Right? And I was like, well, no, like, you fucked up. So they started talking shit, you know?
They're aggressive with you.
Oh yeah.
Because they already know there's someone.
I don't know if they did or didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, the cop that was like handling me as far as like the questioning.
Yeah.
And then he did the I forgot what they call it, but it's like basically if you're checking if you got a DUI.
Oh yeah, the DUI check, whatever.
Yeah, the equilibrium one.
Yeah.
So they did that, and then he arrested me.
How did you do on that?
I did horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at that time I was probably like 0.14.
Okay. And what is the
twice the legal limit, basically.
You're twice the legal limit. Gotcha.
Yeah, almost. But yeah, I was buzzed. I was faded. You know. After that, I got taken to the police station. You know, so at the police station, they're doing the whole like intake, take off your shoes, seatbelt. I mean, well, not seatbelt, but belt, everything, you know. If you got any change, any watches, money, anything that's in the bag, that they basically, when they you know, pat you down, they take anything that's in your pockets. But I used to carry money on my sock, so he didn't take my money from my sock. So they took that, and then they took me to the other office. They were like, oh, we need to talk to you, you know, come into this office, we're gonna breathalyze you. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So they breathalyzed me, and it hit 0.10 at that time in the station.
Yeah.
You know, so in my head I was like, oh shit, like it went up, you know, but the officer was like, no, it went down, you know, because you were drunk and then you were coming down, you know. And I was like, well, I thought it worked the opposite, you know, but because I had a prior DUI, it didn't matter. As long as I had any type of alcohol, like I was guilty of it, you know. As far as like the qualifications for murder, you know, because that's one of the things that when you get a DUI, like you don't understand that you're signing a paper that's called the Watson Agreement, that it says if you ever kill anybody under the influence, you will be charged with murder, you know. and I had signed that in 2021. So when I got to the station, he brought out that document. You know, it's kind of like
You said 2021.
yeah. So this was 2023. Oh, I mean 2024. My bad. When I the day of the accident, 2024. But 2021, I got my first DUI.
Wait.
You
No,
told-
wait. This happened in 2014.
Oh, 2014. My bad.
Yeah, my bad. I was looking at the article and I was
I'm
like, okay,
fucking
I
up,
was
my
seeing,
bad.
yeah.
I'm nervous
2014, yeah.
because of the impact, the crash, and everything, and it's a big disbelief, you know, where you're like, what the fuck, like, no, you know. And he's like, yeah, you did, you know. So I'm processing this, you know, but there's like a sense of like anxiety, like fear, like I'm like, fuck, like, who did I kill? Like, what happened? Like, I'm hurting because it's like I never had the intentions to kill somebody, you know. Like that's not what's like. That wasn't in my mindset. Like, it's like the highest day of my life where it's like, it's a happy day. And then it turns into like a tragedy that I caused, you know? And eventually, I started feeling like these pains because of the impact. So my adrenaline was like so high that I just wanted to get it over with, that I declined like any medical help. I was just like, let me get back to the baby shower, you know? And eventually I started feeling pains. I thought like one of my ribs was broken, you know? Where I'm like feeling pains, and before you know it, I just pass out, you know. So they call the ambulance, and then I got like little glimpse of it where I wake up and I'm in the ambulance, you know, and then I feel this cold rush, then I wake up again, and then I'm in the MRI, you know. They're doing like the whole CAT scan, like bzz, bzz.
Do you think it's a little bit of shock of the information of the?
Yeah, everything
happened?
in between. Yeah, like it's a shock. It's like anxiety. It's like fear. It's like a lot. Like it's, you know, self. Like you get, you know, disappointed in yourself. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was unintentional, but the way you were moving,
Yeah, it was bound to happen.
You're 100% guilty of, you know.
Yeah,
Some people would look at it as intentional almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, since I got this moment, like it's I wanna extend my condolences, you know, because I know that there's a lot of people who feel some type of way, and I understand that, you know. I fucked up, you know, but my biggest change comes out of that. You know, a lot of the things that I do is not just for him, you know, but he's a big part of it.
And you knew the kid too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
How did you know him, and when did you find out who he was?
So I met him in the party scene, you know. We brushed elbows a lot, and I found out who he was so after I passed out, I ended up going to the hospital. You know, I was at the hospital and I was cuffed to a bed, and a cop woke me up, you know. SAPD woke me up and said, hey, that's you on TV. You know, so they're showing like my face, homeboy's face, you know, and I'm like, damn, like I knew him, you know. And he was like, well, that sucks for you, you know. The cop told me that sucks for you. And I was like, fuck, well, I mean, it's real. You know, that's when it started like really clicking in, where I was like, it's real. And I went through the loop, you know. I got processed. I went to what's called like CJ1, which is like the first court, which is like your arraignment. My attorney told me like, oh, you got channel 5 here, you got all these channels, you stepping in there by yourself, don't say nothing, don't do nothing, just nod your head, we're gonna plead not guilty. And I was like, all right. And then he hit me with the bombshell where he was like, just by the way, like, you're being charged with murder herbs, you know. Well, that's what they call me, herbs, you know. So I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, because when I first processed through the loop, it was manslaughter, vehicle manslaughter.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of shit from like the nurses, the cops, and they were like, you don't deserve this charge. Hopefully they bump it up. A lot. It was an experience, you know.
It was real.
Oh yeah.
They were being real with you.
Oh,
Even though on a professional level, they should probably not share their personal and get emotional.
Yeah,
on it,
their
but
feelings on it.
It's probably hard not to when an innocent kid is died from your negligence.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I understand that. At that time, I felt victimized, you know.
Wait, you what?
I felt victimized, like, oh, like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, you know, but now I understand
Yeah,
it.
but you didn't understand it at the time.
No, most definitely not. Like, especially when they were talking shit, like, it just triggered me. And they were like, oh, you're not getting out till you're 50. Good luck, you know. And it was like, it was just a lot of shit that I had to process where I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then, when I got booked, I got housed. And that's where the program starts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're, you kind of have a choice of, and I don't want to get too much into, like jailhouse politics or anything like that, but you have a choice of who to run with. You run with the homies.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It's like, how long was that trial? I know it says like March 17th.
Yeah, so it was like almost like
Or March 7th, 2017.
Yeah, so I ended up signing. I ended up signing for a 15 to life sentence. You know, so
how
there
long
was
did
no,
it, how long
so there
did it
was no
take
trial.
how long did it take
So
to get
2
to
years, 2 years and some change.
So it took you 2 years to get that, to finally sign for your sentencing.
Yeah.
And because 15 to life was a good deal, you thought.
Well, I didn't think it was a good deal. I got into an argument with my attorney because
Well, in
of that.
comparison to maybe other deals that were put on the table.
So there was no deal.
Okay.
They kept no deal. The max for everything, all the GBIs, the murder, it was 29 years to life.
Yeah.
You know, and at that time, I mean, it's like you're in the county, so you hear and you get advice from everybody, right? Where they're like, oh, well, just because you can't be charged with murder doesn't mean you will be convicted of murder. You could fight it, right? It's a manslaughter. It's this, it's that. They could drop some charges because they're combining this, they're combining that. So everybody's like a legal beagle, you know?
Yeah.
So you're taking advice from everybody and you're like, damn, well, I might have a chance, you know, you're hopeful. You know, at least for me, I was hopeful where I was like, okay, well, I can hopefully get out someday. You know, and I was throwing out their deals like, well, give me 25 without the L. Give me 30 without the L. You know, and they were like, nah, like, you're going to get the L. Like, that's what the DA wanted at that time, you know, the L. So I basically ended up like just signing, you know, and I went at it with my attorney because I was like, this is not a deal. And he I mean, now I'm grateful for it because
You're out.
Yeah. And what he said, like, always sticks to me, you know, because he said, you don't want your pride to get in the way and go to trial and lose and then have to go to board on your 29th year when you can go on your 15th, you know, and that's what good behavior. And I was like, fuck, well, let me sit on it. Let me think about it, you know? And I was fucking sad that day, you know, because I went back to the housing unit, but like when you're sad, like you can't hide it, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody sees it in your eyes, and even though they're like, oh, what the fuck, like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. But it's like, it's a sad moment, you know? And I called my ex-wife and I told her, hey, like, I got this deal.
Who is your ex-wife?
My
Which baby mama?
That one, the third one.
The third one.
So we got married. Yeah, we got married in the county.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got married in the county, and her dad is too. She had a dad. Well, her dad was fighting life at that time too. You know. So I talked to her and I said, hey, like, I might have to sign. You know. And she was like, nah, like, don't sign. Take it to the box. Like, you got a better chance. You'll be able to come back. We'll be able to see you more often. And I was like, I just don't want to like risk it, you know?
Yeah, we're taking advice from probably a female that doesn't knows nothing about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's probably not in your best interest to, you know.
Yeah.
But they have feelings, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gave her a space and time to kind of like share her perspective, and
Yeah.
eventually like I ended up signing, you know? And so I signed, and then I got sentenced. When I got sentenced was like the most painful experience of my life, you know, because it's like, it's set in stone. Like, you're officially going to prison with life, you know? And when you're in the county, like, you get hyped up, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the homies be like, you're washed up, you know, that's it. Like, you're done, you know? And I'm looking at all my life, like I'm 25 at this time, you know? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life, like, in prison. You know, how am I going to like even navigate? I have to like manage and detach from everything that's ever been mine on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm have family members that are going to die that I'm never going to be at peace with, you know, never going to be able to say goodbye, you know, seeing my children grow without me being there, you know. I had been seeing them, you know, through pictures, you know, through phone calls, but it's like all these little memories were like replayed.
Sometimes I gotta play the devil's advocate, brother, and I feel you. But just on the flip side, the kid that died from the accident,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You know, his family, you know, having them feelings for sure, right?
Oh yeah.
Never seen their kid and this and that. And so sometimes, you know, we weigh it out in our head, right? You know, we weigh it on our head. You know what I mean? Did you ever feel, I mean, you knew it was an accident. It wasn't intentional. You know what I mean? You know, but sometimes just to have life, even though doing life, you're still better off than.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean,
I'm not trying to point that out,
no,
bro. But
I understand that, and I like I said, I mean, it's when you place value on certain things that maybe like at one point in time you ignore, like it changes your mindset. You know, it changes who you are and your purpose. You know, I know that I'm not trying to say like, oh, poor me, I went through all this shit.
Yeah.
But the shit that I went through, I ended up making a lot of mistakes. You know, and one of them was like I took a life.
Yeah.
You know, but coming to terms to that and acknowledging that doesn't define who I am is as a person.
Yeah.
And making that change, like I said, he's a big part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that a life is well, you can't put a price on it. You know, we can never bring them back. Like every Mother's Day, you know, there's an empty chair. You know, every birthday, there's an empty chair. And I understand that, you know, but my mission and like my purpose is to like prevent from that happening, to bring that awareness, because it's so comfortable for somebody to get in a car, drink and drive all the time. And just because it hasn't happened, you think you're in control of that.
You think you're invisible.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. You know,
and I've done it a million times from the studio, brother. And I'm just, I don't want to get about me, but I'll just say this. I'm at a pivotal point in my life on a lot of different levels, brother. A lot of different levels, you know. You know, change is needed within us, the community.
Yeah, most definitely.
Thank God I can get it at the ripe age of 48 that I'm at right now. You know what I mean? You know, like it's not too late, you know? It's never too late for change, bro.
Yeah.
So back to you. But yeah, man, and that's one thing about having you on is I really, really want to emphasize about the drinking and driving, because boy, I have been lucky. Boy, I've been thought out, not invisible, never invisible, and you fucked up. You just like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean?
I got
you know,
it.
Close one eye because it's a little blurry and see straight out the, you know, one eye. I mean, yeah, bro, we gotta, as a community, my G's, man.
It's bringing awareness, you know?
Yeah, man. You guys, I'm telling you, man, you can do it all the time, but you never know when it can be like this.
Yeah.
And not only do you end yourself up in a position like the homie right here, but you take a freaking life, man. You take an innocent life over your negligence, you know? And we got to be responsible, man. And these stories, and we got to emphasize, I got to emphasize, having this platform, I have to emphasize this part of his story. And I'm not trying to, you know, kick it up in his face, because we have dudes on here. I had dudes on here, bro, homies. They're out, you know, from doing life. Change men, good guys, and they're doing great things now, but they took a life, bro.
Yeah.
On purpose. You feel me? And it's way different than what you did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that, right? And these dudes have been like, hey, whatever they give me, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like they came to terms like, you know, maybe not be the exact words that came out their mouth there, but they were just basically like, I deserve it. You know what I mean? You know? But with your story, it's a different type of story that we've never had before on Hoodstocks, is you didn't intentionally, even though you're driving drunk, running red lights, but the goal was not to kill somebody.
No, never that.
You're acting a fool, you're young, you're driving drunk.
Feel invincible.
You got a Lexus, you know, and, you know, you're just being reckless, super reckless, man.
Yeah.
And it cost someone's life, and it cost you a life sentence, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it's a lot of things going through your head at this time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like you were just, and so that you signed the deal, 15 to life.
15 to life, yeah.
Now it's time to go upstate.
Yeah.
And so
The big house.
Yeah, so 2 years in Orange County Jail. Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, you're pretty. You know, the homies put you up on game. You're ready to take the next step to prison. You know, and so where do they send you?
So I ended up going to Wasco. I went to D1.
Okay.
I went to D Yard, cell living. You know,
It's 3 yard or what?
what's basically it's unclassified, so you got like a bunch of like, but it's mostly all like higher points and lifers and long termers. You know, you got some short termers, but they're like repeated offenders. You know, most of the other ones go to like dorms.
Yeah.
But because I was like at a higher, it was like cells. You know, but it's like considered level 3 and 4.
Okay. Yeah. And so, I mean, how was it doing your time? You know what I mean? You know, you are now from the party guy. You're now a lifer in the big house.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah. It's a dramatic change.
It's
You know.
a dramatic change, bro.
Yeah.
And you're 25 years old, but you had been fighting it a couple years already, right?
So I was 23.
When it
and then
happened?
when I went upstate, I was 25.
Okay, 25. So, you know, from the party guy to now a lifer in prison, that's, dramatic.
Yeah.
Dramatic shift in your life,
Yeah.
you know? All selfly inflicted, you know?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah. So how are you dealing with that now? You know what I mean? Are you going out, you know, I don't want to make a joke. I was gonna make a joke, but I mean, how are you dealing with that now, bro? I mean, this is your life. This is your island.
Yeah, I mean I mean those are like lessons that you won't forget, you know. It's also too like I mean I would call it like PTSD,
Yeah.
you know, especially because of the tension that comes with it, you know, the you got to be hyper vigilant at all times.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a structure that you learn, you know what I'm saying, where it's like you got to be on your P's and Q's. If you're not, you're held accountable, you know. Got to be mindful with what you say and how you say it, to who you say it.
Yeah.
So in when you're younger, you're from the streets, you're used to like bragging, you know, you're used to like bullshitting, and you come across some people that are like very serious, you know, they're like a joke's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? They take you like for your word for word, you know. And some people hold you by verbatim, you know, every single letter, every single sound that you said. This is what it is, and this is what I'm understanding. Give me some clarification, because shit's gonna hit the fan, you know. So it's like it's a very like hostile environment at times, you know, and you have to adapt to that, you know. I adapted to it. I mean, as a lifer, it builds this different sense of like community, you know what I'm saying, where it's like I don't really have to earn my stripes, but I'm still questionable, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, as a lifer, like that environment isn't temporary no more, it's like permanent.
Yeah.
You know, you're either gonna ride all the way, or you're just eventually gonna like see your way out, you know. And a lot of homies tend to tell you that, you know, like stick with the program, or the program's gonna stick you, you know. So it's it just being mindful of what you do, you know, the P's and Q's. And yeah, receptions where I got like the biggest like rude awakening, you know. That's where I seen like the first person like ever get stabbed, you know, and debauchered, like agonizing, you know, to death, like in front of me, like 20, 30 feet away, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was shocking for sure.
Yeah. And so, yeah, shit got real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In a blink of an eye, you know, you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Everybody get down. And then in reception, like you can't sit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like plank out.
Yeah.
So we'll prone out, but
Yeah, in reception, and then in the yard you can squat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. On mainline you can squat, and then on
Yeah.
yeah.
And so, how are you adapting to your life sentence inside?
I mean, I try to cope with it, you know, and process it, but it's one of those things that even though in reception, like at that time when I was like going through it, there was like no phones, you know, letters was like snail mail. Like you'll get a letter once a month, you know, and it was like from the prior month.
Yeah.
So I had to keep myself busy. I'm also an artist, like I draw and I paint, you know. But at that time I was still kind of like finessing like the artwork. So I was like trying to like focus on like the artwork and trying to just channel those emotions that were like negative, you know. I would read, but it's like, it's hard to process because you have, at least for me, I had so much trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom passing away, that was like unresolved, you know, me killing somebody, that was unresolved. I didn't know how to feel about it. Me getting a life sentence, I didn't know how to feel about it. So like I'm overwhelmed like emotionally, you know, and a lot of things come to my mind. And when you're like in a prison, it's one thing because you're there physically, but when you're like in prison in your mind, like it's fucking vicious, you know. And that's where I was at, like just running a lot of things in my head, you know, like the wall became like a replay of my life, you know, like all those mistakes that I made, like just rerunning them, you know, the girls that I had been with, like, fuck, I should have like stayed with her. She was good to me. Baby mama, now I understand this, you know, I wish I had my son, you know, things like that. And it gets you in your feels, you know. It's like every emotion in the book, I probably felt more than once, you know what I'm saying? And there were some that I felt like every day for years, you know, you know. But it's like I can't come out to the yard and show weakness. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that when you're like in a higher like level yard, like being weak is like, it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Where you'll get clowned on, you know, sometimes like, oh, hey, here's an envelope, you know, for what? So you can send your feelings home, right?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, like, all right, you know? Yeah. But I mean, it happens, you know, it happens and it, you grow character out of that, right? And also too, like tough skin, where it's like I'm now that I look back at it, I'm like, fuck, I can't believe I went through that, but I did. So I'm stronger than I thought, you know. Eventually, I end up, I don't know if I should dive into it, but I ended up getting celled up with somebody that was like pretty.
Yeah, let's not. Let's yeah. So you got celled up with someone that was, we'll say, maybe on another level, and it was an experience, huh?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. I don't want to get too much into that, you know. And so that was probably a pretty structured program right there. And
that's kind of I picked up a lot of game. I was gonna just like brush over it where I picked up a lot of game.
Well,
because,
talk about that, bro. Yeah, no
so
names though.
Yeah, so in reception, like everybody's like heading out everywhere. You know, they're going to different prisons. Everybody, it's kind of like the hub, right? And then you get shipped out to whatever prison you're going to. So the person that I got celled up with, like, he already had like 14, 15 years under his belt, and he had gone back for resentencing for the Prop 57, you know. So he just gave me an insight of like what the shoe was like, you know, different prisons, you know, who ran what, how to like conduct yourself, you know, what's expected as a lifer, what's expected, you know, regardless of being a resident or not, like as a lifer, like this is what's expected.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like you get a free pass, but it's like
for being a resident.
Yeah, because I'm a resident. I'm non-affiliated, you know.
Yeah.
So I kind of like, okay, cool, I'm gonna navigate, and he just gave me a lot of glitch, you know.
Yeah. Usually the residents are kind of like in the back seat of the Ramfla. They're there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I've always said it, and I've always thought of it throughout my years in the penitentiary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're in the back seat. You know what I mean? When needed, they need to jump. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah.
But rather than that, there's other dudes in the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you pick and choose basically, you know.
Yeah, but then there's some residents though that are just like,
oh yeah,
raising their hand like, hey, I'm that dude. You're gonna put respect on my name because they don't like the resident thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like they're kind of like second class citizens.
Yeah, and I battle with that too, you know. But
right?
I mean, as you start doing more time, like the homies get to know you and your character, and
they
where
bring
you're
you
at.
in.
Oh yeah, like fool, kick it, you know.
And then they'll be like, nah, homies from my hood, fool. That's all. You know,
yeah, I mean, I don't set trip, but there was some like oh we don't kick it over there, and it's like fool, I'm still going like.
Yeah,
a fool lives in my building, you know.
Yeah,
he invited me to play chess or whatever. So.
But I'm just saying, some homies sometimes like there's a resident and they'll put them underneath the wing.
Oh yeah,
fool, you from Highland Park now, dog? Don't trip.
Oh yeah, trying to recruit. Yeah.
You know. Or just showing them love, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's a little homie right there. You know what I mean? From the area, you know. Yeah. And so, that was a blessing in disguise to get put up in that cell with that man.
Oh
know,
yeah.
With an honorable person in the system, and to be able to just like really break things down to you from the source, almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gave me like a survival kit. You know?
Yeah. That's blessing in disguise, man. Yeah. Now you know. Now you got it. You know what I mean? You got the cheat sheet. You got the pinochle cheat sheet.
Yeah. Oh, and I was playing pinochle too. I'm pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was and then from there I was there for like 8 months, and then I ended up. Well, I got valley fever in Wasco.
What is that?
So valley fever is like a fungus in your lungs that you pick up from the dirt.
Yeah.
So because we would prone out, we were always next to the dirt. So I got fucked. I got valley fever for like 2 weeks and a half, 3.
Is that tough or what? Is that like a
COVID?
COVID?
It's like COVID times 3.
Damn.
Yeah, so I had shivers. I was doing night sweats, super weak. Like my body temperature was always hot. So I would like dunk one of the sheets and just wrap it on me, just stay cool because it was bad.
You're overheating, huh?
Yeah.
You fuck around, could have died in that cell.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was, and the fucked up part about it was that I had told them, hey, like I don't feel good, and they gave me allergy pills.
Tylenol.
Talk about the health system,
Yeah, we used to always clown like, bro, if you're sick,
Drink some water.
Yeah, take 2 Tylenols and drink this water,
Yeah, but because of that, they kept me at mainline because I was under like supervision for the medication.
Yeah.
So I went over to A Yard. Shout out to the homies that know me from A Yard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was there. I landed in one of the buildings that was like an educational building.
Okay.
Which was like the substance abuse programs, the behavioral programs.
Yeah.
A lot of like college courses. Students.
Sounds like a good building to be in.
Yeah, but it was like hella active too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So just because they're going to school doesn't mean they're not.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, even that too, right there, like the program was kind of tight. The program was like very structured. Certain things had to be a certain way, and if not, then you'll get one free pass if you got lucky. If not, it's like, well, you already know what's up. You read the rules, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So come this way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, you gotta. Sometimes people have to be made an example out of.
Yeah.
To keep the order within.
Yeah.
A jungle, bro.
Oh yeah,
a jungle of freaking wild animals.
Yeah.
They only go and learn one way sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes some other motherfucker will learn from that example. Like, fuck, I better slow the fuck down. It's gonna be me next. Yeah. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, and that's one thing I learned too. Like just the power of examples of like violence. How people get in line if not they get put in line. And it's like, wow, like I need to get the fuck out of here because I like it my way. You know how they say like run your own program. Like sometimes I felt like fuck, I gotta run my own program. I can't be always here like uptight. Yeah. Too much tension sometimes.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. So you get through. What'd you do? 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Did 10 years. How was that 10 years?
I mean, it's
chapters in it, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, like the first like 2-3 years were just like a lot of like uncertainty. That feeling of uncertainty, like worry. Fear. I got divorced within like that first. Well, I didn't get divorced within the first 2 years, but my relationship didn't work out on the first 2 years.
Yeah.
And that also too was like another like additional like abandonment. I felt abandoned and things like that, so I had to deal with that too as well. So the first 2-3 years is just like me trying to figure out like what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling it, like regretting a lot of things, looking at my life and saying like fuck, like is this the end of it? And then I would hear like some homies be like, oh well, there's lifers that are going home now, and I'll be like, fuck, well, not on the yard I'm on, especially on A Yard. No lifers were going home. And the first lifer that I got to see was he was a black. He was my neighbor. He was like 2 cells over.
Yeah.
He was an SUD counselor, but he was like one of those like facilitators. And he went aboard, and when he came back, I mean, well, on the threes, like we really can't hug blacks and fuck around like that, but all the blacks were like hugging him and, telling him congrats. And, they were making noise, so I got to see that because it was day room recon. It was already 4:30, so he had gone aboard. He came back and I seen him and I asked him like, hey, how'd it go? He's like, oh, I'm going home, man. And I was like, fuck. I was like, how'd you do it? And he was like, oh, I put it to work. I put it on that paper. Like, you got to do your thing if you want to go home. And I was like, all right. So then I started asking like certain homies like, hey, like, what does this mean? He's like, yeah, you got to take classes. You got to fucking put it on paper. Like, make sure you attend these classes, make sure you learn the classes. There's going to be a point in time where you have to like go to board and present yourself.
All receipts, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And for me at first, I was kind of like, all right, cool. Let me get my feet wet, and at first, like, I didn't like it because it was a lot of challenging, like your personal like beliefs, like those core beliefs, like family beliefs. And it's like, fuck no, like I'm not gonna dive into it, you know, for what? Like, who knows? It's not even a guarantee that I'll go home, you know. But eventually I started like seeing others, you know, and at the level 3 it wasn't like too like condoned, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to class, you're doing this, you're doing that. It was like, we need you at the yard, you know, I'm gonna kick it at the yard, and if you're doing that after class, then you come to yard, you know. So like, you're figuring out your program. So for me, it was like, okay, well, I still want to be cool, but then like, I don't want to be looked upon as like square, you know, going to school and all this, right? Eventually, like, I started challenging some like beliefs, you know. I mean, I was already sober. I sobered up in the county like in my first year, but I just had not done the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could say no, that's abstinence. You know, once you do the work, like, you understand why you're using, you know, why the whole part of like me drinking, you know, smoking, fucking around, had to do a lot with those traumas, you know, that I was trying to escape from, you know, because that's all it is. It's a momentary escape, you know. And when you're in prison, a lot of people tend to use because they want to escape that environment, you know, all of that's happening. So I started paying more attention to like my surroundings, and I was like, fuck, like, even though I don't want to say like this book is right, like, I'm starting to pick up a lot from it, you know. And I was like an avid reader, like I read a lot, but once I started reading like books that were like beneficial to me, to my perspective, like my growth, I started diving more into it with confidence, you know, because I started realizing shit about myself that I was like, damn, I'm pretty fucked up, you know. And I think that's what like I relate a lot to the homies, you know, just the mindset, the upbringing, you know, the struggles, and the hustles, you know, where it's like we're only doing it for one purpose, you know. But at the end of the day, like, once I traveled, well, I didn't travel, but I got transferred to level 2. That's where it broadened out like my perspective, you know, of like that self-development, because everybody on the yard, like 80% of it was lifers. I went to Soledad to see yard, you know, so a huge majority of them were lifers, you know, and
Trying to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and they've been done the shit, you know, from the Bay to everywhere, you know, and it was like, if you're here to go home, this is the spot, you know. So it changed the narrative of like, I can't associate with certain people, to where like, if you're gonna associate, make sure you grow.
Yeah.
You know, don't bullshit, and don't get caught up on whatever and put yourself in a predicament, because there's motherfuckers right here that are real, that won't hesitate.
Yeah, you're at a point where you're not trying to blemish your record because you're trying to get home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta kind of, you know.
Yeah, you gotta navigate. You know, you gotta be savvy, you know, with it too. And
yeah.
I mean, I felt like I always like had good relationships with like those that were like, you know, like having a say so, you know,
yeah.
where it was like, okay, like I play chess, you know, so I'm not like super outspoken, you know what I'm saying? But like, when I play chess, like, some people are like, fuck, only if you weren't a resident, you know, little comments like that. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't want to involve myself like that. Like, to what, for what, you know, like, I want to go home,
yeah.
you know? And once I got the like, well, it's called a consultation. So they tell you, hey, you're going to board in 5 years. This is what you need.
Yeah.
You know, and that was like right before I transpacked. So before I transferred, I went to that, and I kind of spoke my piece, you know, or I was like, fuck, I'm going to a level 2. At that time, they're doing like NDPFs, like basically like integrations.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, I don't want to end up in one of those. And then I'm going to have to like, because that's just program, you know?
You're going to have to get off.
Yeah. So I was like very concerned about that. And eventually I ended up going to Soledad, you know? So when I went to Soledad, I was like, fuck, what kind of yard is this, you know? Because the other yard is like NDPFs, and then you have the GP one. So I was like, fuck, I gotta make sure. So I'm asking porters, and I'm like, I don't believe them. Until I seen somebody that I knew, you know? And then he was like, yeah, for you good. You're going to be in orientation for like 10 days. When you get out, I got you. I'm like, all right, cool.
Nice.
You know, yeah.
Oh, you got to look at the draw, bro.
Yeah, yeah, you know, so.
I hear, and I know some of my people that I know that been down for a long time, and they came to a point where they're trying to get home, like you doing the things you were doing. And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they were trying to take these homies and put them on those, you know, those 50 yards, bro. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
it was a lot of predicaments.
It's like a fucking trap, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't do this to these men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the system, man. Don't do this. You know these dudes are trying to go home. Yeah. You know they kept their head above water all these years.
Yeah.
You know, they know what they know.
Yeah.
You know? This is the world and behind these barbed wire fences and towers, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to be an outstanding citizen, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, in
Within
that
those,
sense,
yeah.
within that realm, you know? And now
Yeah.
you're gonna put them over there, like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Setting them up, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
what do you expect them to do? You know?
Yeah.
And you know what they want them to do. They want them to,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, revert to that behavior, those beliefs, you know. A lot of homies got put up in those predicaments, like they'll get found suitable, and within like 2 weeks they get transferred to like another yard that's like NDPF or like SNY, you know, and within a month someone will come back, you know. And there were some people that would get mad, like, hey, fool, what the fuck? Like, you already got the gold, like you should have just stayed, you know. But something about him was like, nah, I couldn't do it,
Yeah.
you know. And it was like, damn, like,
And it messes them up from going home.
yeah, for another 5-10 years,
5,
you know.
10 years, wow.
Yeah, because they'll get 3-year denials, 5-year denials, just depending on how they present themselves, right? Like how much beliefs they defend, which is why like the preparation was important. Like all the classes, like understanding myself, understanding others, circumstances, dynamics, right? Relationships, hybrid situations. Like it's like you are your own therapist and psychologist, and you're everybody else's therapist as well, because when you brush elbows,
Yeah.
there's men that share certain traumas that you're like, fuck, I thought I had it bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, yeah, you know, but it becomes a moment where you bond, you know, because it's like, it's trustful and there's vulnerability and there's a lot of growth in it, you know, where you get to like go back to the cell and like reflect on it and be like, damn, like I respect this man so much more because the persona that you have, you've overcome all that. You know, those traumas, and like where you're at today is like sick, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the power of like brushing elbows with men who are determined to go home,
Yes.
you know? So I got lucky because in that yard, there was a lot of men like that in different races, you know, not just homies, but in a lot of different races, you know?
Yeah.
So
You're able to have those conversations, have that dialogue, and you're around like-minded individuals.
yeah,
That
yeah.
have
So that those chapters were broken down into so many different ones, you know, where it was like confusion to like, where do I go? Okay, this is how I feel. To okay, I'm liking this, I'm challenging, so on and so forth. To like, I'm working on myself. To like, I'm ready to go to board, and then I didn't go to board the first time I was scheduled. Yeah, I was scheduled to go to board April 26th. And then there was an incident April 25th at Soledad that locked down all the homies. And then I couldn't go to board, so I got postponed.
How far did they postpone it?
They postponed me till September 26th.
Okay.
That same year, but it took them about like 3 months to actually give me a date.
Wow.
For me to get it in the mail and be like, okay, well, you're pushed over for this date. Yeah, because I had done like all the you get a psych evaluation, you know, you turn in your paperwork, you do the insight, like basically your whole life, like from childhood to teenage to life of the crimes that you've done, challenged beliefs, you know, and then you have to do like what's called like a parole board plan. And then you have to have like a relapse prevention for if you ever want to get high or if you drink. You got to do remorse letters for everybody who's been a victim, not just like for the case, but everybody in your life. You know, you got to do a step 4. Most of us submit step 4s, you know, because from AA.
Yeah.
Because it just pinpoints a lot of like moments of like when you feel victimized and then you victimize somebody else.
Yeah.
You know how you're a part of that and then you propel that forward.
Yeah.
Also to like the resentments, right? Like the things of letting go, forgiveness, you know, things of like control, you know, being mindful and discernful of when to say, I'm sorry, you know, and not pushing it on somebody else for them to accept your apology immediately, you know, because there's people who are like that, like, hey, I'm sorry. I already said I'm sorry, right? And it just re-instigates the whole situation, you know? So there's just certain things that you have to be aware of, and you have to be able to communicate that. Because they're gonna ask you so many questions, like, what would you do in this circumstances?
Yeah.
You know, why are you running, you know, with the homies, right? Like, what do you do in this situation as far as like you get triggered, right? And you have to know all your triggers, you know, what's your triggers, what's your coping mechanisms, what's your coping skills, what things are out of your reach. You know, what would you do if somebody's fighting and they're fucking up like your sister, you know, because I have like that experience in my past.
Yeah.
Where it's like I defy authority, you know, I defy and I protect my sister, you know, but a lot of homies will go in there and they'll be like, oh, well, I'll step in, break it up. That's the wrong answer.
Oh, shoot.
You know?
What is the right answer? Call the cops?
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
damn.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
but you go up in there and you want to make it, you want to personalize it, right? Well, I'm going to be the savior in this situation and I'm doing the right thing. But the right thing is that the cops are the ones that get
gonna break
involved.
that up.
Yeah, you know, they have the authority and the power to do so.
Yeah,
you know?
because they're thinking, my thought process is, well, if you break it up, then that can turn into something else.
Yeah, and you already killed somebody, so you're able to kill somebody again, right? You get to that extreme. So, and it just, a lot of things that you become aware of, you know, and it's not like it's a cheat sheet, but it's just like, you don't want to go in there and have the wrong mindset.
Yeah.
And not be prepared, because those denials take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You know, I've seen somebody get denied 15 years, like.
Yeah. So this comes into play of brushing the elbows, shoulders, however you said it, with all these other guys that have been to the board and they made those mistakes.
Yeah.
So now there's a template on the yard of what you got to do, because, you know, anyone else would say, yeah, I break it up. I try to defuse the situation.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. You got to call the cops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I've never called the cops on anyone in my life.
Yeah.
You know? Well, if you're going to change man, this is what we need you to do if we're going to let you out on these streets. Yeah. So it sounds like these boards are, you know, they're crossing their T's and dotting their I's. I mean, they're making sure that the individual is suitable. Because I see a lot of lifers that come through Hoodstocks, and I believe that they made a right decision. Like these dudes that have committed, you know, the ultimate sin, right?
Yeah.
And they're freaking great guys, bro. Like they're doing, you know, they a lot of them did them in their juveniles. A lot of them, you know, 20, whatever. You know what I mean? They're out. They did the time. They did their homework, like you know, you're talking about. And they're doing great things within the community now, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then I wanted to go back to where you were supposed to go the 26th, lockdown the 25th. And that's a you know what, bro, a BITCH, man, because you got to the finish line almost.
Yeah.
But you weren't able to cross it, you know? And who knows what can happen within the next 3, 4, 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, and you're next. Anything can happen. So you're like, bam, I made it. Yeah. And then bam, that happens.
Yeah. Well, when you go to board, they evaluate you and then they're like, oh, we find you suitable, or like, we're going to deny you this time. And then they give you their reasons, you know? But even after you get suitable, it still has to be a process. Like Gavin Newsom has 150 days to basically say, yeah, he's cool. What happened with me is that I got embanked. Like, you know what that is?
No.
So an embark basically is when Gavin Newsom doesn't sign it, but he doesn't decline it. He sends it back to the state. So the state had 30 days to either approve or deny.
Oh, so he puts it in their hands.
Exactly.
You
like
decide.
you guys sign first and then I'll sign after, basically. Like I'm not responsible if he fucks up, basically, you know? So then I went through that process.
Does Gavin Newsom really like go through those himself, or is it his team?
No,
Probably
his team,
right?
his team, and then those that are like selected, like, okay, you got found suitable, like he writes you a letter, you know, like, hey, like, but I don't think it's really him. I think maybe he just approves it.
Yeah.
But
he already knows what it says, signs it.
Basically, it's personalized, you know, based on like the merits that you do and where you're at, and just like a words of encouragement, you know. It's like, okay, well, hopefully when, you know, you get out, you make wiser choices and lead by example, you know, things of that nature. So yeah, and then that's kind of where I'm at now, you know. I'm pioneering a lot, you know, especially for like the lifers that are coming behind me, you know.
So you get to your board hearing, and you're found suitable.
Yes,
you're found suitable. Okay, and so how much longer till you get out from there?
That was almost 7 months.
It took 7 months to finally get your release date.
Yeah, six months and like 2 weeks.
Okay, and you've been out how long now?
So I've been out 18 months, going on 18 months.
18 months. So you're still freshly out. Mm-hmm. And so how was it? I mean, when you got that news, obviously you were ecstatic, right? You were.
Yeah, I mean, it's mixed emotions, because I cried. You know, I'll be honest with it. You know, it's a sense of like relief, but also too like a sense of like a lot of guilt. You know, because like you have to like relive a lot of things. You know, you explain yourself and you realize like how much you fucked up. You know, for me, like I realized like how much pain I had like caused, not just like the victim, you know, but also to like his families, his friends, you know, my family, my friends. And when I first started the journey, I couldn't see like that perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was so narrow that I was just like, oh, it's one way or the other, you know. But once you get like a bit of a spectrum to it and different like perspective to everything that's happened and the ripple effect, you're like, fuck, like
start educating yourself.
Yeah, you know, and I fucked up, you know, and like I said, I mean, that's part of my purpose, you know, bringing out the awareness and hoping that I could prevent like another tragedy, you know.
Let's go. This is what Hoodstock's all about right here, man. You know. So you've been out 18 months, and what have you been? What was the first thing you did when you got out?
So when I got out, I got picked up by the rideshare home by ARC out here in LA.
And we've had him on. Remember
Carlos?
Yeah,
Carlos.
Yeah.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Did Carlos pick you up?
No. Carlos hooked me up though with another driver.
I think we did an interview with Carlos, and I like royally fucked it up, and I took it off, and I promised him another interview.
Let's get it back up, Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos, get back to me, brother.
Because I used to see him at the gym too. Because I used to work out with those fools.
Bro, I gave him an interview. And what happened, Casey?
And Lucky was wasted.
Oh yeah.
Signature Hoodstocks right there. You know what I mean?
Classic.
Classic Hoodstocks. I don't do that no more though. Bro, I ain't even drinking nothing right now, man. I just got a Coca-Cola. They're like, that is just as bad for you, Luck. For me, it's not. Bro, yeah, man. I don't know how I did so many interviews and just got wasted, bro. Mushrooms.
Will Lucky ever unarchive all the archived podcasts? If someone pays the right price.
There's some, bro, that I just had to take down. I was like, you know what? Nah, this is... Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, this is the one he's talking about. He said he was just watching one that I archived. So he's talking about
one that I even recut, and I took all the bad moments out.
But it was
he
still
archived it.
But it was still so bad, bro. And then it's just like the next day or a week, and you're just like, fuck. You know what I mean? You're just fucking kicking yourself, and I'm at the market line punching myself in the face. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like I got like fucking mad like conscience, bad guilt. You know what I mean? But when you're under the influence of alcohol. Man, and other things. It's just, man, bro. R.I.P. to the old Lucky. Salute to the new Lucky. It's this guy right here, baby. You see that guy right there? Number 7 hat on? Not no more. I did that one time this year, huh, Casey? With what's his name?
Yeah.
Who'd I do with? Crashed out on homie.
Well, there was 2. Well, maybe there. Yeah, I guess there was just one. I mean, I wasn't here for one of them, or the one you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the one you were here and you're all mad. We got a big argument.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name.
Homie from Marathon.
Oh yeah, Peniche. Yeah, George. Yeah, that was man. Yeah, man. Well, just because he was just because he's done so many other things other than Marathon and Nipsey. Like he was like a real like Mexican American creative in like that streetwear realm. I was super interested in, but I'm fucking lucky. Fuck that one up for us.
Yeah, he was like, "What the fuck?" And then at the end, he started asking him rapid questions. I was right here all slow, like, I was just like hitting him, and I was like, "I got him where I want him." Nah, dude, it was just we had a long run, and I was just like. I needed a break from this podcast, bro. We were hitting them back to back to back to back,
4 months, dude.
And then I was like, bro, I brought a bottle of tequila, and I'm just like, man, I need to just like unwind, and it's just like, yeah, it wasn't good.
And he was
man.
like, I don't drink.
Yeah,
he's like, more for me.
I hate it when they do that. They're like, I want to drink, and they're like, no, I don't drink, and I'm just like, shit.
He's like, fuck.
I'm like, all right, well, I'll just drink a little. That doesn't ever work out like that, bro.
A little bit of the whole thing.
Bro, I dust a whole bottle of tequila off in a podcast.
Damn.
Still trying to ask questions rapidly.
You thought they were rapid.
I thought they were rapid. No, he said they were rapid.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Slurred rapid, bro. I got it on fucking Tesla mode, right? You know what I mean? Self-driving. I'm self-driving. I got the point of the podcast where I'm self-driving, and it is never good, bro. I'm hitting everything, dog.
George, we need a part 2. Fenice.
Yeah, with George.
Give us a part 2, please.
I ain't mad at him if he wouldn't, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at him, bro. But yeah, I felt bad about that one just because, he's a good guy and he's done great things. And then his lady is on what, Power 106? What's her name again? Brown Bag in the Morning, Power 106? Yeah.
Yeah, Letty.
Letty. Yeah, shout out to Letty too. Letty Sego, whatever her Instagram is. Anyways,
Enough about the crash outs.
yeah.
But
So
where do we leave off?
yeah, no. So the first thing you did when you got out was
So I got picked up.
Carlos,
yeah,
and-
by Carlos. Yeah.
ARC. Yeah,
No,
that's-
I got
that's-
picked up by
someone at ARC.
another driver. Yeah,
Another driver. So ARC is a lifer program out here that helps lifers come home, and they assist them with little things like, hey, you ain't got a ride home? We got you. We'll pick you up. So ARC.
ride home program.
Yeah, the ride home
Yeah.
program. You know what I mean? And so they pick you up, bro. What do they pick you up in? Is it like a fucking busted up Honda Accord, bro? You know what I mean?
I mean,
Sprinter van, what is
it
it?
was a decent car. Yeah, I mean, you've
Do you
been
sit
down
in the
10.
back seat or do you sit in the passenger seat in the
so-
front?
Was it a
I
car
sat
in the
I sat in
2000s
back
at
seat.
least?
You
Yeah,
sit
I
in
was
the back seat
yeah.
and you're just like fucking drive.
I wish.
Go.
I was like, go. I was like,
Get me
fuck
the
no,
fuck
yeah,
outta here.
give me the fuck out of here.
And so what is the drive home with ARC? Shout out to ARC, man. Shout out to Caesar,
Yeah,
all of
thank
them.
you.
You know what I mean? We had a
yeah,
falling
Caesar's
out.
my boy too. But
Yeah, Caesar used to be here all the time, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I've interviewed Caesar, dog, back in the day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's- Being
Guess
solid
what?
at,
Lucky
too.
did again.
I ruin relationships, bro. I'm a professional relationship ruiner. You know what I mean? But it's usually over, just disagreement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sometimes, that's all it is. And with Caesar is, I think he got at me the next day. Or
about Carlos?
No, he got on here and he blasted me, or he started talking shit. I'm just like, bro.
Oh, he called in.
Yeah, or he
It was
called
like-
in. And I'm like, bro, you got my phone number, dog. You know what I mean? Or something, just text me, dog. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't blast us like this, dog. We got a
Yeah.
personal relationship. You
Yeah.
feel me? All right, I'm fucking up live, bro. You know what I mean? Like, did he
Yeah,
call
it
in?
was like live. Yeah.
Did he call in or did he get at me the next day?
I don't remember.
Or was
right
he
now.
blasting the chat? Something like that, bro, where I felt like, homie, you got me fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fucking up, bro. But if we're boys, you're
Yeah,
gonna get
hold
me
me
on
accountable
you're gonna
on the
get
side,
you gonna
yeah.
get at me on the low, and I'll take all that. I'll take
Yeah.
all that smoke. But if you make it a public blast, then I'm gonna feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. So that's what kind of messed up me and Caesar's relationship, because I got at him tough after that.
yeah, he got out before me at he paroled from Soledad too.
Yeah, shout out to Caesar though. It's all love, brother. You know what I mean? It's all love, man. And I get it. You know what I mean? And so it's nothing ever that it cannot be fixed again.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? Like if we see each other, it'd be just like. Because Caesar used to invite me to their workouts in the morning. He goes, hey, if we do burpees, come through, this and that. Like, I used to get invited to all the ARC stuff, bro. You know what I mean? And I've had a lot of dudes from ARC through the ARC program, ex-lifers,
Yeah.
come on this podcast, bro. But anyway, so they pick you up, and so what do they give you for taking the lifer home?
So at first I stopped at Denny's.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got that Chipotle chicken, the skillet, the one that they had.
Yeah.
I savored the fuck out of it. You
Like,
know?
and you savor it as in every single bite? You
Yeah,
just-
every single bite was just so different because you're accustomed to like soups, beans, like rice, chicharrones, like sriracha, and it's just always the same. I mean, you stay full, but it's like it's just never like cooked like that.
Well,
you
you're
know?
sitting in a restaurant now, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You're in a
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Somebody's taking your order and serving you,
Yeah,
and it's not a dude.
and I was
They're
overwhelmed
chow
too
hauling.
because I didn't even know what to get.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. You're like, damn, you know what I mean? Usually dudes want to get the steaks.
Yeah.
You got chicken.
Yeah, I was just like I was hungry,
Yeah.
I was hungry, but I was like it just been so long that because when you're in there, the homie said, oh yeah, the first week I got released, I drank milk and I had diarrhea. I ate this meat and then so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to really fuck up my stomach because
Yeah.
I gotta stay active. I gotta go see my parole tomorrow, and so I'm playing it the smart, but I'm overwhelmed. Where it's like I Denny's didn't used to look like this. Like the menu's changed,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, well, let me get this one. This one's like something that I can, that I'll fuck with. And yeah, when I got it, like I was just, the driver and his wife, like they finished way before me. I was just like taking one bite at a time and enjoying it. I was like processing, like I'm finally free. It's like a big like disbelief where I'm like, fuck, like
Yeah.
I'm finally out. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the streets. Like one of the things that I'll never forget was like the velocity. You know what I'm saying? Because you've never, well, it's not you never, but you've been down for so long that you don't move at a certain speed. So when you get in a car and then the car speeds, you feel it and you're like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like, it was a trip for me,
Look back at you and you're all fucking got your feet in there. You're like, damn, this fool thinks he's in a fucking
a rocket?
roller coaster. Fighter plane.
Yeah. No.
Give us some goggles.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was just a different feel, and from there, it was like another like four hours till we got to LA. You know, we actually went to a Walmart out here in LA. And they gave you a $200 stipend, you know, to buy like hygiene.
Is that ARC or is that the state?
No, that's ARC. The state gave me $200 like gate money.
Yeah.
And then ARC gave me another $200 for hygiene and stuff like that.
So you
know?
stopped at Walmart.
Yeah.
They had cash for you?
No, they had a gift card.
Gift card. So you go in there. Did you go in there by yourself?
No, I went in there with the driver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you first end up like in the bra aisle or something like that?
I mean, I just
someone popped up. They're like, Herbert, the pervert. Is that you? You're just rubbing your faces on fucking bras. Like, damn, it feels good to be out.
They said, who let you out?
No, I was just overwhelmed, you know, because it's a big store. So it's like I'm used to just filling out a slip and you get shit like either dropped at your door. Or, you know, so I walked up in there and it was just like so many people. And that's when I first experienced like anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like in prison, like you don't have so much movement. And if it is, like, you know who's around you, you know, and stepping into Walmart, I was like, well, fuck, who the fuck is all these people?
Yeah.
You know, and people, they brush up like behind you and they don't even say, excuse me. You know, I'm so used to like, excuse me, thank you, you're welcome, like high etiquette, you know? And in Walmart, it was just like, people are just all over the place. So I'm like feeling my heart, like, you know, racing. I started kind of like wanting to like find a corner, you know?
Yeah.
And that was like just prison, you know what I'm saying? That mentality, like those traumas, you know? Where it's like, you always want to sit on the corner, you know, you want to like have your back against the wall. Like, it was just like, I felt a lot of anxiety at that time, you know? And then selecting certain items, you know, because I'm only give it, so I got a phone that was $65.
Yeah.
So I had 130 something to my name, right? Picking out hygiene, you know, so many like different brands, you know. I'm used to owning like Old Spice or like Gillette, you know, and there's like other brands like Degree, blah, blah, blah. And they had roll-ons, like the, you know, the roll-on deodorant.
The cheap ones, bro. There's
Yeah.
like $1 something.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
you're
are
talking about
horrible.
the one in the store, in the
Yeah,
penitentiary, right?
so yeah, and even at Walmart they
Fool
had those.
shave it down and make dice with them and shit.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck, no, I'm not gonna pick those. I had a bad
Where can we
experience
get a
with them.
pair of those dice? Straight up, that's
You're
crazy.
supposed to do it with those balls. It's got this rolling ball. It's the
Yeah,
weekend,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It's,
I know.
it's the broke man deodorant, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It only lasts you for like 3 hours.
Yeah, you see a fool like that, you're just like, this fool. Go ahead, brother. So you gotta just fucking
Options.
Yeah, way too many, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna pick out like this. I'm even asking somebody like, hey, what deodorant would you pick out? And they look at me like I'm stupid, you know. I was like, fuck, okay, not doing that again.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wanted like some clothing, you know. I wanted like some boxers and things like that, you know. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some boxers, you know. I got razors, you know. I got like the shaving cream, you know, things like that. Like I was actually
shampoo.
Yeah, shampoo. I actually loaded up two shampoos, you know, because it was on special, you know. You get 2 shampoos for the price
What
of
brand
one.
was it?
That one was the Old Spice one. Yeah, it was the timber one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got that one, and I got the complimentary like the body wash. I got that one.
Cause this is this is like a year ago. So like,
18 months
everything's
ago.
looks completely different.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Even cars. I was like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, it's a Tesla.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? What is that?
So that fool drives it there.
Yeah.
You can
Cell
tell he
phone,
drives a
baby.
Tesla. Huh? He doesn't look like he drives nothing else but a Tesla or a moped.
It's the hat. Yeah.
You know what?
then-
If I can buy clothes at any like one of those stores, like those, you know, whatever, I like Walmart clothes, bro.
Dude, Walmart actually has cool
yeah,
clothes now.
Yeah, they're
it's not
stepping
like
their,
before.
Walmart's stepping their game up big
Yeah,
time, bro.
they really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Huh?
They have polo.
It's not polo. It's the
Polo
assassin or whatever. ASSN.
polo.
Yeah. It's the fake polo. It's the yeah.
Polo now.
And so yeah, you get all your goods. You get your stuff.
So I overdrafted on my goods
Yeah.
because I the prices had changed, you know.
Yeah.
So I was
Inflation,
kind of
you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I was
That's
like,
not
okay,
fair.
cool. Let me get this. Let me get this. I should be all right. Fuck no. I was like over like $130.
Yeah, bro. It's pricey, brother.
Yeah. So then that's where my gate money came out of.
Oh,
you
okay.
know?
There we go.
Yeah. So I spent that, and then the thing about like certain like the ATMs, you have to bring them out in 20s. You know. So I still have that card with like $10 left, but
Wow.
yeah.
And so cool. You get and then what's your destination?
So from there, I'm going to a transitional house in Santa Ana, well,
Okay.
Santana, you know, right there on, it was on Townsend and McFadden. So it's like right in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually went to go visit me too.
Oh, did you, Delisa?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were helping with all this Like when he was going.
I could have had him on here when he was fresh out. I didn't realize how. And my bad on that, brother. You know what? Honestly, I swear to God, I pinned your text message. Your text message has been pinned in my phone for a year, bro. I said I'm gonna get to this right here. I'm gonna get to this, you know. And I'm glad we got to it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but you know, maybe timing is everything. Maybe this is a better time than was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you got some time out here on the free road. You know what I mean? To share a little more of what you've been able to do. So what have you been able to do?
So I went to a transitional house, which was like a sober living. So I was there for 6 months. I did a lot of programming because I got put I wanted resources, you know. So I got put into DRC, which is like the Daily Reporting Center.
Yeah.
Right there in Santa Ana. It's like by Geo, so it's like by parole in like the state.
Okay.
So then they basically started giving me classes like Monday through Friday. The house, like the transitional house, had like requirements. So I had to fulfill like certain classes, you know, certain days of the week. I wasn't driving, you know, I couldn't drive because of like just the factors of the case. So my license was suspended. So I was taking the bus. That gave me anxiety too, you know.
Yeah.
Being on the bus, you know, sitting next to like strangers, people like bumping into me, not saying excuse me, I'm sorry, you know. There's in Santa Ana we have a lot of homelessness, you know.
Big time.
So
Santa Ana's
yeah.
ghetto, bro.
Yeah.
It is, man.
It's like talk about
Some fools from LA, they don't know, you know what I mean? But you go to Santa Ana, because some fools don't know. They know what they know. They don't even get out of like a 3-mile radius of their neighborhood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes fools be like, Orange County, you know, blah. Nah, you go to Orange County, bro. It's hood out there, man. They got the zombies on them motherfucking everywhere,
Yeah.
bro, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, continue, sir.
Yeah, so I was on the bus and I got to experience like a lot of like homeless people getting on, you know, and a lot of them tend to already have beef, you know, based off of whatever, you know. So I'm going to one of these classes and I'm actually on my phone, you know, I'm trying to check out my Instagram and stuff like that. And I see a skateboard just fly across me, you know, and I kind of dodged it, but these two fools start getting down. You know, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm fresh on parole. Like, I get high anxiety because, like, when you're in prison, like, some shit like that goes down. Like, you get, like, super hyper. You know what I'm saying? Like, alert. So I got, like, super hyper, and I'm, like, already, like, who's coming at me? What's going down? Like, my heart is just, like, pacing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my eyes are, like, I'm not even blinking. Like, I'm just, like, on, like, what the fuck is happening, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I kind of simmered down and started thinking like I don't want to be on no witness list, you know. I don't want to fucking say my piece on nothing. Like,
So you don't want police contact.
Yeah, none. Yeah, because that's one of the
Potential get violation for it.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
so I was like, fuck, get me the fuck out of here, you know. And I convinced the driver to let me out. You know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he
They
let
said,
me
hey,
out.
bro, can you stop? And I
was like, yeah, I'm gonna be late, and then I'm on parole, so I gotta show up, you know.
Oh, that's outside.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so then basically he let me out, you know, and I got to the program. I got there late, maybe like 15 minutes, you know, because I had to walk. But yeah, like incidents like that were just like so triggering, you know. But then these classes that I was taking, like they were a rebrush of like everything that I've taken.
Yeah.
But I still took them serious, you know, because it's like out here, like you're dealing with professionals instead of like inmates that are like facilitators, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But I also feel like some of the inmates have like a lot more experience because it's lived, you know. It's not so clinical where it's like I got my degree and so and I'm getting at you in a level that's professional, but you can't relate, you know what I'm saying? You can't be intimate with that conversation because it's like, now I'm feeling judged, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I went through it and you know, they're good people, you know what I'm saying? And after that, within that, you know, while I was still at the transitional house, I signed up for Cal State Fullerton, you know, which I'm a student now, Cal State Fullerton.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I continued my education. I got linked up with Project Rebound, you know, so Project Rebound, you know, came through, assisted me with housing and all that. So I've been there since, you know, going to school, you know, did my first 2 semesters. I'm on my 3rd semester. And then I started basically working for Project Kinship. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, break it down a little bit.
Yeah, so Project Kinship is a reentry program,
Okay.
you know, that emphasizes on basically just providing the skills for you to successfully reentry. for society, right? Teaches you like cognitive programs, you know, NAAA, job skills, job interviews. You know, there's some people that, because you've been you're formerly incarcerated, you omit certain information, you know. So even though you're qualified for a job, you shoot yourself on the foot, you know, because when you go inside of a room and you interview, sometimes like you just want to make it look good, you know, but like sometimes like there's a fine line where it's like you can say things without really saying them. Yeah. But once they look at your background, they're like, okay, he did mention that, you know. So we kind of teach those the linguistics behind that, you know. Gotcha. Which is important, huh? Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. It's also too like a support system, you know. I mean, there's a certain programming that happens within it as far as like tier levels, like tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. So individuals, like participants, kind of gradually go up, you know, as far as like stipends, you know, assistance. Also too, like they get paired up, like assessed. Well, first they have to be assessed to kind of qualify for the program. If they're like higher levels, sometimes like there's linkage that happens to like other partners. But if they qualify for the program, then like they come through, you know, and then case manager kind of tailors out a program for them that's like suitable for like their needs, whether it be immediate, long term, or within a year or two, depending if they have employment or not, you know, because we can give out employment, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, what are you going to do if you're still using? You know, you're going to prefer to use than to keep the employment. So it's a development, you know, it's a process. But the high efficiency of it is that mostly everybody from the program has been formerly incarcerated or has had like heavy addiction problems. Gotcha. You know, so it's like there's a sense of like being relatable, and also too coming from a place of like love, you know, where it's like I've been there and this is the way that you get out of it, you know. And for me, like I said, the whole purpose is like giving back to the community, you know. And sometimes I'm outside the jails, you know, so that's when I brush elbows with individuals that I've been in prison with before, that I've been in the county before, homies that come out, don't got nothing to do, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, hey, like we got a program for you, you know, come and see us. And then also too been associated with like other things within the city, you know, like the whole ICE raids. I'm an artist, you know, so I do community work, you know, I embellish like certain properties, you know, when I'm allowed. Certain businesses, you know, do call me and like, hey, can you do this for me? And like that's also too like a side hustle. And then I just started like a small business too. It's called Chapatito. Okay. So it's like a chamoy antojitos. Like, I mean, they're fucking bomb. I forgot to bring some, but
damn it, I was hoping you brought some, dude. Fuck.
I know.
Dude, I was psyched.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at now, you know, as far as like the post incarceration journey, you know.
Well, good for you, brother. And also too, you know, send me something and I'll repost on my Instagram, you know what I mean, to help your business grow. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, 100% got you on that. And just congratulations, brother, on your journey, man. You know, and congratulations on all the good that you're doing. And I hope you continue it, man. You know, and it seems like you will.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah. Yeah. It's only the beginning, you know?
Only the beginning, absolutely, yeah. You know, and you know, maybe in a year or so, you know, we get you back on and see where you're at again.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I actually so through Project Kinship, like I have a self-help program that I created when I was in Soledad. Yeah. It's called Checkmates and Life Lessons. And we're gonna be piloting right here in Orange. Well, not here, but in Orange County at Project Kinship.
And what are you gonna be doing again?
So it's gonna be a pilot program. Basically it's 17 weeks. You know, it's like cognitive like realignment, which is like the power of choice. Basically, when you play chess, so it's correlated to chess and life. Okay. You know, so every decision that you make in the game of chess, like the natural process, like dynamics, you know, critical thinking, consequential thinking, value-based thinking, you know, because every piece has a value, you know, and wherever you place it on the board, like your positioning, you know, it's going to matter. So it's like, if you don't understand the positioning that you have in life, like you're going to make abrupt decisions that are going to be detrimental to either where you're going or even like just obtaining a small piece. That's an endeavor.
It could be potentially sacrificing bigger pieces. Yeah. I mean, I love chess. Sometimes we play it live on here, bro.
Oh yeah, we should have played. I played pretty good.
I got it right here. I got a chessboard and everything, brother. Nice, good wood pieces and stuff. But I just notice every time we do that, you know, it just
it deviates.
Yeah, we stand up, you're talking shit, and it's hard to do because chess is a hard for the audience to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, to understand it too, you know?
Yeah, but, you know,
unless it's strip chess.
What?
I think I seen him in the bra section with him.
Yeah. Fucking weirdo.
Hey, I'm just pointing something out, bro. I'm just saying.
Shrimp chest. This fucking guy. Yeah, we should get together to him and play some chess, and that sounds like an amazing program. I would be even interested in sitting in on that, you know what I mean, and being a part of it. But it just seems like it would be it's a, you know, you have to have an open schedule to really dedicate that time for the program. How long did you say it was again?
So it's 17 weeks.
17 weeks, and what is it? What was it? At certain nights or something like that?
So right now we're trying to figure out like the timing.
Yeah, let me know about that, bro. I'd be interested in just in being a part of that, you know.
Yeah, it's dope. I mean, the first like 5 weeks are like the most impactful. You know, because it
Did
emphasizes,
you create that? Did you create it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And do people have to pay to get into that class?
So no. So basically, it's if you qualify as far as like for the programming.
Yeah.
There's like resources that are provided to you, but the doors are open to the whole community to come in for certain programs like NAAA. This one, the Checkmates and Life Lessons. Then you have other ones that are like New Beginnings, things of that nature that it's open to the community. You know, so it's going to be the first one of its kind. Like a lot of programs don't have.
Yeah, keep me in the loop on that, bro. You know what I mean? And if you need any help in regards to like anything of utilizing the platform, bro, you know what I mean? With all the fellas that always come in here, you know what I mean? You got a brick in the building right here, and however we can, you know, share something, what you got going on, and get it out to a little more people, or, you know what I mean?
Appreciate that.
Got you 100%.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But I just want to thank you so much, brother, for pulling up, dog.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. This was a great story. You know, unfortunately, you had to, you know, a life was lost and you had to go through. Condolences to the family, 1,000%, you know?
Yes, sir.
And I hope if any family member is watching, knowing that this man, you know, is working, you know, you're working in a positive direction. You know?
Most definitely.
Yeah, you know, and you are, you know, I mean, people saw it. I don't need to say it, man. You know what I mean?
How was it reigniting your like flame with your kids?
It's at first it was like difficult because it's like I've been gone for so long.
Yeah, that's a
that
good question.
I'm like a stranger, you know. It's like, oh shit, he's here like physically. But after a while, like they become accustomed to me, so it's like cool, like, you know. Now it's like we can hang and have like in-depth conversations, you know, that don't have to be like so quick, you know what I'm saying? When you're in prison, it's kind of like, what are you doing? How was school? Blah, blah, you know? Yeah. Now it's like, tell me how you feel and like, what do you want to do? You know, and how can I help you? You know?
That's dope, bro.
Fatherhood is the best hood.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean, you know, and yeah, it's really changed my life, you know, because I've had kids from previous, you know, one night stands or whatever you want to call them, bro, throughout my, you know, my life. And now, you know what I mean, being a father to my two little ones, it's just, it's the greatest thing. And it always keeps me on check, bro, because I don't want ever them to be without me, vice versa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Priorities get in line.
I need to be there, you know what I mean? Like, I stay home, bro. I stay home because I want to be home with my kids. And the best place to be safe and out the way is home, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like, a lot of cats, bro, like, you know what I mean? I honestly, like, I mean, if you're out at 9 o'clock at night, bro, after 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, bro,
it's trouble.
Just, you know, not, you know, just seeing what's good, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to find certain things at certain times of the night that's not going to be good for you. You got no business. Keep your ass home, man. You know what I mean? Navigate, you know, righteously, man. You know, but anyways, how can people support you, brother? You know, Instagram links, anything. Give it all to them right now.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. It's Herbert G. Calderon. It's HERBERT GCALDERON. You can same handle for Facebook, for TikTok. You can visit the website, which is checkmatesandlifelessons.com, or you can buy some chamoy candies too, which is chapatito.com. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I do have a phone number. I do deliveries for the chamoy candy in Orange County. Write it down if you want. It's 714-747-6487. We do birthday parties, quinceañeras, weddings, football parties, baseball parties, whatever it is, 24, 36, 48, 8-ounce containers. So just get at me.
There it is right there, man. Thank you so much, brother, once again.
Thank you.
Everybody give it up for this man right here that is changing his life, and he's doing great things, and he's paying it forward. Give it up for Herbert, man. We are out of here. We will see you guys in a couple nights. I think I got a banger for you guys besides what we just